Hey guys, so listen, if you have an idea for a website and you're figuring out or trying to figure out how to make it a reality on the World Wide Web, look no further than Squarespace because they make it incredibly easy for you to launch a project, whether you're trying to show off some art or poems, haikus, or sell organic baby food or slippers. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can find not only a website home for it, but you can give it a beautiful template. You can customize pretty much anything. And Squarespace has an award-winning customer support service that is available 24/7 that will help you if you need it. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Let them know that we sent you, and let's move on.
This week's episode is also brought to you by Grasshopper. Knowing how to code is becoming essential in today's job market, but how do you get started? All you gotta do is try Grasshopper. It's the coding app for beginners built by Google engineers, and it is completely free. They've got fun 5-minute puzzles, and you can turn your downtime into learning a new and valuable, very useful skill. When you graduate, you'll have the fundamental programming skills you need for your next step as a coder. Super important in today's job market and the world in general. So go to grasshopper.codes/read to download and get started today. Learn something new for your life. Let's start the show.
Wake up in Texas. I miss those wide open skies. I miss my 20 acres, barbecues and pecan pies. Oh my. When I'm so far from you, Texas, all I can do is cry. Yo-lay, oh, yo-lay, oh, yo-lay, oh, lay, lay.
How beautiful.
I wanna go home. I wanna go home. So the fact of the matter is that is actually the classic country smash, I Wanna Go Home by Sandy Cheeks.
Fucking SpongeBob.
But the fact that you immediately dove in as a country ass motherfucker and you were just waiting to recognize it, but then it never happened.
It did not. I was like, it's gonna come to me in a minute, boy. I know
Woo,
it. No.
That is great. So that was for all of you girls who are working hard today, and your boss might come to you and ask you stay a little bit longer, and you just gotta say, I wanna go.
What a troll you are.
So welcome back, guys. I am Natasha Leon.
And I am Captain Marvel.
Oh, God.
I mean, you can be as mad as you want to, but at this point, you niggas gonna have to argue with the movie about
This
it.
is the read. So I haven't seen the film yet.
It's too bad.
I've had a very busy weekend traveling and submitting to my depression, so I haven't got a time.
Priorities.
I was supposed to go after the film after we record today, but will that happen?
No.
So
It won't.
some other time. But I heard, you get a moment to stand up in your mistakes because they're having.
Well, you can call them that all you want to, but the movie says otherwise. You'll know it when you see it.
Sure.
Ooh, and I saw a Marvel movie before you did.
Look at that.
I'm feeling, I didn't understand none of what was going on, but it's an origin story, so nobody knew what was going on. Allegedly,
Some
I guess.
people who know who she is.
Okay, well, so I guess she's been around, but her name is not Captain Marvel. The girl, the Brienne girl, she's not.
Brienne.
Yeah,
Brie Larson.
There, her. She's not Captain. Well, she's.
Her name's Carol Danvers.
There you go. Okay, so you do know who she is.
But almost every superhero has a real name.
Oh, right. No, I
Iron
knew
Man
that.
is Tony Stark.
Yeah, no, I know. I know. And Thor is Theranos. Fuck it. I'm Captain Marvel, nigga.
And I'm Natasha Leon. Can I just first of all say, Russian Doll finished it maybe last week or so ago.
Okay.
Loved it. And I would really love to be best friends with Natasha.
She's great.
She's like this mix between like Tony Soprano and like an old
sexy.
Jewish granny.
It's weird how her sex appeal works. Every woman thinks she's a lesbian. I really don't think she is. Like I don't think in real life she is, but everything about her has said, everything about her has said, I top bitches.
I believe it.
Yeah, big strap energy.
She's just fun.
She is. Very talented.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Another week here, episode 3481.
Yeah, go us.
Black excellence this week. A couple of places to stop. First of all, giving honor to a name you might have heard on here before, Missy Elliott. So,
of course.
First female hip-hop artist to receive an honorary doctorate from Berklee College of Music.
Wow.
I know that makes some of you girls feel away when famous, hardworking people get honorary degrees. They're not going to come take your job.
Yeah, no. It's an honorary degree, girl. It is an honor to receive one, and that is pretty much it. It's not like you can go out and get a job that requires, a PhD level.
There'll always be the bitches who don't even be in school, too.
Right. It's like, girl, you ain't even got nothing. Over here mad at Missy, who just fucking deserves, bitch. And Berklee is an incredible school. So when I saw this, I was like, of course she is.
Because hard work, talent.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the thing. So Aretha Franklin's off in there as one of the artists with this degree. Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie.
Okay, they don't give this to
Robinson.
Just any old damn body. Okay, girl.
So congratulations to Missy Elliott.
Melissa.
I also wanted to say, as I thought this was perfect timing, because I don't know when Viacom starts planning things, but I'm on your ass about that Video Vanguard Award again this year. Y'all need to just stop playing the fucking games. I said last year that I brought it up. It was a little late into your moment. Who they give it to? J-Lo?
Yes.
Last year?
Yes.
I believe they gave it to Jennifer Lopez.
Probably.
Great videos, beautiful chick or whatever.
Yeah.
Congratulations to her. Missy Elliott is still alive. Here she is, waiting for y'all to give her the fucking respect that she deserves.
Yes.
Music videos alone, for you to have a fucking award show called the Video Music Awards.
For them to have a whole award for people who are vanguards in the area of music videos, and you choose Jennifer Lopez, who has, great hits, fun videos.
Loads of videos.
But not at all groundbreaking in any way.
I love the Waiting for Tonight video.
Over Melissa. It just...
just go to YouTube, hit Missy Elliott, pick a video.
It doesn't make sense.
Pick one, and pick any one of them.
I anticipate MTV that y'all will correct this before the VMAs are announced this year. I'm just assuming.
I'm simply not playing with you girls.
Yeah, because there was a whole campaign. There's no way MTV didn't notice that. So we'll see if you hoes get it right this time.
Also, Black Excellence this week, I wanted to mention a writer, director, cinematographer by the name of Morgan Cooper and Cooper Films and Sunscreen Media. So I don't know if you saw this, but this guy basically created a fan-made film trailer based on Fresh Prince.
Oh, I did see that.
And it takes the concept of what if they made a Fresh Prince film today, same sort of story. They cast this young man named Jerry Madison as Will's character. And nice. I want to watch it. It feels more like a serious tone. I feel like it rings true. I don't know why my mind immediately went to, what the fuck in that movie did Nick Cannon do? Drumline.
Drumline? Why?
I don't know.
Because he was illiterate?
What does that have to know? It's just that it's more of a serious tone than sitcom-y and funny. It was darker. Really goes down more of the route of him living in Philly, and it really shows him getting into this fight. It's just got a little more of a serious tone to it that would also have comedy in it. And I would love to see this like really done. Plus, this guy, like you can go to his Instagram.com/CooperFilms. He's like a really good cinematographer. Like a lot of these shots, at least on his Instagram and like a couple of the other clips and stuff I watched, are shot really beautifully. And like the lighting and stuff is really nice. So I think he's probably somebody to just look out for in general.
Yeah, hopefully this opens the door.
There, look up Cooper Films. You can go to Sun Squared Media's YouTube page is where I saw the trailer. And it's called Bel Air. It's his 2019 official trailer. It's all in 4K and stuff. Streamed it on my TV and the like.
Oh, yes.
So, good job, guys. I thought this was really great. The vision was dope, and the trailer looked really nice. And I'd actually like to see this, fully made.
Yeah, even better if Will Smith can finance it.
Yeah, jump right on in there. Throw it on the Facebook Watch or wherever.
Works.
I don't know.
It works.
Speaking of, that full Aladdin trailer came in and I'm on board now.
Okay, good. I'm glad you warmed up to it.
Yeah, I love it.
When he did the post with the two genies for Robin Williams, I know I was like, okay, well, fuck you, Will. Didn't nobody want to cry today?
My heart.
Yeah, that got me. So I'm ready.
Oh, speaking of Black excellence in film and things like that, so I saw Us.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to you for making it to that screening.
I know you got invited. Didn't see you there.
Didn't make it. Unfortunately, got stranded in Brooklyn, and praise God, because I have heard that movie is fucking terrifying.
Girl.
Don't lie. Yeah, go on and talk about it. No spoilers, obviously.
Obviously. I'm not going to spoil anything. Obviously. I don't even want to say I'm not even going to say too much because A, we have a show to do, and B, I don't want to even almost spoil anything. What I will say is bang up job. Bang up job, Jordan.
Of course.
I had a great time. So fun. Lupita, madam, you... First, like, obviously everybody's playing like dual roles because that's the whole thing and everything. So everyone has like this sharp contrast to this doppelganger or whatever.
No, thank you.
But even you can see in the trailer what Lupita is giving you on both sides. But that villain, the tethered version of her, the way that she speaks, the way that she moves, the way that she expresses her face, this is some of the most fun I've had watching Lupita play anything. And as a person who likes scary movies to an extent, because some of y'all play way too much, but for the most part, I really love horror movies. I just thought that this was so great for her, great for Black people in the genre.
Amen.
Everybody did so great. Winston Duke was hilarious and his character is so fun. The kids are so great and not annoying. The girl who plays the daughter is someone who I feel like y'all should probably look out for too. I thought she did amazing in both roles, especially also as the villain. It was just fun. It was just fun. It was just so fun.
No.
Definitely scarier than Get Out, but I don't think that I don't think it's like impossible to get. I think that if you made it through Get Out, you will make it through Us. You'll just probably be frightened way more often.
Okay, no thank you then. Because I barely made it through Get Out and I was terrified.
The violence. You watch Game of Thrones.
Barely through my fingers.
All right, so this is nothing. They be out there. Game of Thrones is like a lesson in anatomy, practically, because they go through every organ and just here's what a brain looks like on the inside.
They definitely do that.
This is like, let me tell you something. Jordan knows like layers, and the thing I really like about Get Out and I loved about this movie as well is that like the leads into the scares and the way that like the creepiness is put to work or executed is just layered and it's presented in really fun ways. It's not just like, oh, it's super quiet, boo. Like that's not what they do. It's not a bunch of jump scares. Most of the time, something scary is going to happen. Like, I'm going to stop talking, but I would just say that it's not like, girl, it's not cheap. It's not cheap in its scariness. It's very well thought out and it's very deliberate. It's fun. The acting is great. The concept was really chilling.
Okay.
Like, It was more scary to me when it was all done and I had to go home and I thought about it some more and I was like, bitch, what if this shit?
Oh no, I don't need to be more scared at home.
That was more like, it sits with you.
Oh no,
it sits with you.
Okay, I won't be seeing this.
I loved it. You're gonna have to watch it.
No,
sis.
I don't.
It's just so good.
I have to buy
Some of
a ticket.
Lupita's best work.
I love Lupita.
So great.
Yeah, see,
Winston is all fine. And
they scared me in the trailer, so I know they're gonna scare me in the movie.
yeah, bitch.
So you know,
it's so good. It was really fun. Also, another note, and I'm just gonna come out and fucking say it. Okay.
All right.
Separate of the film, I didn't know that Jordan was doing like this Us First thing was Black journalists.
Oh yeah.
And influencers and stuff like that who came out to the theaters.
Only
which
Black media.
I totally appreciate him doing that. But then you got to consider niggas at horror movies.
Oh yeah, you can't go to see a horror movie with a bunch of niggas.
Oh my God, where is she going, girl? Put that down, sis. My God, like.
See, and I hate those people, and I also am those people.
There's a time and a place for that. Acrimony, sure.
Acrimony.
But bitch, like as someone who has been like fiending for every piece of a detail since the poster, and then that trailer came out in December, I was like a crack fiend waiting for this. So I needed I'm obviously going to go and watch it again as soon as it comes out.
Right.
But overall it didn't affect my experience too much, but some of the girls were just in there clearly there to have a good time. That's true.
And
it will take you a taste back from some of the experience, maybe. Or just take you a good stud.
Speaking of going to the Magic Johnson.
Yeah, how was that, Medea?
I went to go see Medea's family funeral.
I saw.
Therefore, I don't give a fuck no more. I can just churn out whatever shit. The church groups are gonna go see it. The Annies are gonna go see it. I don't give a damn.
Especially with the fact that it's the last one. Like, that's selling.
Right.
You know.
I'm like, damn, it's the last Medea movie and it's this fucking awful. The ending was terrible. Nowhere, there was, as far as I could tell, there weren't any plot holes as big as how did Taraji end up on the boat.
You know that's on Hulu now, right?
Oh, is it?
I saw it on there like yesterday, so I'm about to watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch
Thank
it.
God for the free.
You
Amen.
gotta watch it. A few people said to me that they thought this was worse than Acrimony. I don't think it's worse than Acrimony, but I think it's right up there with it.
Damn.
It's really bad.
Damn.
It is. It's predictable. It's like Tyler has a template and he just changes in the names and a few different like details, and that's it.
And you know he shoots them real fast.
Yeah. And I can tell, again, that Tyler Perry is the only one at the table when this movie is
He's tired.
Conceptualized.
He's tired.
He was ready to lay this bitch to rest, but I'm like, dog, this was not it. Like, I feel for
punch it up a little bit if it's going to be the last one, right?
I just really feel for those of us who have been watching since the stage play days.
I mean, but come on, girl.
We
should have seen it coming.
Hopefully, Tyler takes a rest and comes back to producing movies when he's ready to hire some other people to work on them.
Wait a good 8 years and find some other nigga who will reboot it and dress up as Medea and do it.
Lord.
And put the money behind that,
Yeah, he probably wants to take it more
tired of the
seriously. Yeah, he's tired of that bodysuit and all that. He's tired of that wig.
But I mean, then look at the ones without Medea in it.
I mean, they're some of them are better and some of them are worse. Like The Family That Prays, niggas love that.
Wait, which one? Was that the one with Idris Elba and the kids?
That was the one with Kathy Bates.
Oh, yeah, that one wasn't bad.
Idris, that was Daddy's three daughters.
Daddy's little girls.
There you go.
I liked that one.
Okay.
From what I remember, but I only saw it one time.
There was one with Taraji. Is it that one? Or
Taraji was in I Can Do Bad All by Myself. I think Gabrielle Union was in the one with Idris.
Okay. All right. See, he hires everybody.
Which I love about him.
Yeah, you can't be mad at that. But Medea's family funeral, just fucking terrible.
Yeah, didn't make it up there.
I mean, like, not even just bad, but like utterly unbelievable with some of these details. Like, you expect me to believe... Sorry if I'm spoiling this movie for you. I don't care.
I don't care.
You expect me to believe that this lifelong family friend is sleeping with like her friend's daddy and he died while they were fucking and he just so happened to be next door to like that man's son who was sleeping with his brother's fiance.
Wait, doesn't Tyler Perry do the haves and the have-nots?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I think he just leans into
it. But I thought since it was Medea's final movie that Tyler was going to put something into it. He did not. So
they're singing.
Yes.
And at least I can enjoy, the gospel of their gift.
It ain't even no good gospel, nothing. And even with all the cameos from people that I vaguely recognize from Instagram, it still was not good. Like Joanne the Scammer's in it. That girl who does the Charlene videos, she's in it. So, but No, it's just bad. So,
oh well.
Captain Marvel was way better.
I bet.
And they said Marvel over and over.
I bet they did.
And they even got into an argument about whether it was Marvel or Marvel.
I'm sure.
So, pin a rose on your nose.
I bet you feel seen.
I do.
I know you didn't just make a Full House reference.
Oh, I did.
So, let's...
Hey, Becky is getting the fuck out of here, dog.
Sis, what? You know what?
We'll get there.
So, today on our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, Enema of the State.
Oh no.
Lots to discuss.
You're on punishment.
So we're about 2-3 days deep on the Millennium Tour, and Raz B done already quit and rejoined it in about 12 hours.
Wait, he rejoined?
Yeah, I mean, well, he put something back up on the Instagram saying that he was happy to, be on the tour or whatever and give the fans whatever they were looking for. I guess he spoke to Omarion or whatnot, but I would definitely say, bitch, now I believe we said on here,
Okay.
Get that ticket insurance, bitch,
Mm-hmm.
for any and all of these 90s, early 2000s.
That's right.
Group band revival tours. Because the bitches often hate each other and you just never know who gonna get punched.
It's true.
And then there's no show.
Yeah.
Have
you already seen it? The show?
No, actually, I didn't even realize that it was the exact same weekend as my grandmother's birthday, so I didn't get to go.
So you missed it. All right.
Yeah, no.
Because I saw Dustin post.
We were supposed to go together, yeah.
And he looked exactly like B2K's fans looked at the height of their popularity. And I have a feeling most of you niggas dressed up.
Yeah, that was...
like it was 2003.
That was kind of the whole driving point of
had
sales.
A good time. So what happened with Raz B?
So, this is actually kind of fucked up. But he said that he was pulling back from the tour. He was officially no longer going to be a part because he said he feels like Chris Stokes is around and he doesn't feel safe. Now, rewind back to however many years ago, you might remember there was this incident of Raz B accusing Chris Stokes of sexual abuse and all of these other scandalous and shady goings on that he was involved with their group and other members of the label and stuff like that. And then there was that very creepy video where he was like standing in the middle of the street and he like looking at the camera and is taking back everything that he said, but it felt very much like he was threatened to. Do you not remember this?
No, I don't think. Well, it was a long time ago.
It was a while ago, like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
But he, after like making all these accusations and it being all over blogs and stuff like that, then there was this video that came up with him taking back everything that he said. But most people felt like he was like threatened into doing it or whatever because it just felt wrong.
Damn.
Next thing you know, this nigga was in China. And most people haven't heard from him except until now.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yikes.
He uploaded this video and said that he didn't feel safe. He felt like Chris Stokes was around and he was off the tour. And then, like, earlier this morning, I saw another message from him that seemed like he was saying he was back on the tour again. So, if you haven't seen the show yet, girl, I don't even really know what you might expect.
Man.
Or what you're in for.
Is Chris Stokes around, though? Because that's a good reason that's a great reason to not show up.
Fantastic goddamn reason to not show up.
Yeah, that nigga's sketchy.
I know that when the tour was announced and, like, the promotions or whatever before it started up, he started to, have to come back to face to face with those same, accusations and stuff, mostly fans bringing it back up and stuff like that. And he was like on a complete mission, like responding to damn near everybody and saying that it's all lies and wasn't true, etc. But in almost every tweet or message that he put out there denying the accusations, he would also say, be happy they're back, go get your tickets, on like every single message that he responds, which led me to believe that he must be involved in this because A, they were your artists,
right?
And B, why would you be so heavily, trying to get people to go and buy tickets to this if you're not benefiting from it in any way, especially since from my understanding, these niggas don't really fuck with you.
But why would everybody, I don't understand why the other three in the group would want to work with Chris Stokes after what happened. Like, why is Chris Stokes even being invited back in the vicinity of anybody involved?
QTNA, child.
Okay.
I have no clue. But
Yikes. Yes. Well, hopefully he is gone or out of it or not making any money off of it. I don't want Raz B to have to, cut his money off behind this, but I definitely understand why you would.
Or even be around somebody that may have been abusive to him in whatever form.
Like fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga out here trying to get his little coin and perform. I'm assuming, working under the assumption that he does still enjoy performing and all of that stuff. So nobody wants to have to deal with that. And Chris Stokes always rubbed me the wrong way. Like, accusations aside, he just always seems skeevy and weird. But
so
that's the thing, girls. Just look out for it. I don't know. Keep your eye on Instagram whenever it starts to work again, bitch. I don't know. Like, the bitches, as of today, the girls are losing it because Facebook ain't working apparently. Instagram is down and the girls are just losing it. Oh my goodness. What do I do? Do I breathe? Do I actually speak to a person in real life? Like, I'm losing it. What happens?
Log off. Go read a book.
I'm like, where am I? Is this the Twilight Zone?
You're a mess.
Did you watch the Grammy Aretha Queen of Soul celebration?
God, man, what the fuck?
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you something about that bullshit. It had good moments, but overall I was like, this is not staying on my DVR.
Oh.
It's just not. Fantasia, first of all, bitch, Fantasia don't need no fucking backup.
I really would have liked a solo.
She don't need
Fantasia.
no co-singers.
Yeah.
It ain't nan white bitch especially that ever need to come join Fantasia on stage, especially in no tribute to Aretha Franklin.
I don't know why Fantasia was not on stage by herself.
Why is Alessia Cara here?
Oh, no.
I don't understand. And then the song choices for some of these people is just like, what are y'all doing?
Because here was the thing, like, I feel like some of them, they weren't even like bad tributes, but I would have either chosen a different like song for them or whatever. Because like I really like her, but I wasn't like crazy about her tribute. And I feel like some of them were like, they were trying to sort of take Aretha's songs and tailor it more to that, like a particular artist's vibe. So they didn't even really sound like Aretha-ish, you know, but
even
all in all,
Dion, when I was like, y'all gave Celine this, I don't even remember which one it was, but I remember being just, moderately disgusted. Like, I'm cutting this off.
I've seen worse tributes. I have, but, at this point, I can't think. What's
I mean, on the good side, they did invite some people, that they needed to invite.
And should have, yes.
Yolanda Adams was there as she should have been.
Yes.
They also invited a whole host of whites that nobody cares about except in the context of the Grammys. So it's just like, is this a tribute to Aretha Franklin, or is this a chance for like y'all's favorite artist to come on stage and be a part of something else, Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole behind the scenes business aspect of it of, let's get this artist to perform for the look. I mean, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a thing because, look at some of the recent questionable tributes that we've endured. But yeah, all in all, I mean, I was just like, okay, girl. Like, I would almost love to hear what Aretha thinks.
Yes, I would have. If I could pay money to hear Aretha Franklin critique her tributes, all of them, every tribute performance that has been done in her name since she passed, because I know that shit's funny. I know she like 87.8% of y'all need to never speak my name again nor pick up a microphone. And that's that on that.
Aretha in heaven probably turn to God and be like, so...
You see this shit, right?
If I'm honest about how I feel, I get to stay, right? If I say how I truly feel, I don't know. I mean, okay, so
I didn't care for it.
Unpopular opinion. No, I'm joking.
Oh God, please, please, no more.
The girls in every there
Their
hasn't
opinions
been
aren't
one.
even unpopular. They're not even unpopular. It's shit that every fucking body else says. God damn.
I saw one that said like it was like unpopular opinion and it was gym edition or whatever, and the person said people shouldn't record others in the gym without their permission or something like that. And I was like, nigga, that's an unpopular opinion.
That's like the law. What you mean?
You feel like
of course you're not supposed to record nobody in
like
the
what
gym.
are y'all talking about?
Right.
What is this?
There's nothing unpopular about that. It's just something you wanted to say.
No, I really just wanted to say that you know what, Jennifer Hudson,
oh yes,
you are here for a reason. And yes, you're loud. Yes, you're loud, but you are also incredibly gifted. And I think that we have to begin to dance around the loud meme of it all.
Okay.
And started giving Jennifer Hudson her respect as a person who sings.
I mean, yeah, because she's not the only one who is loud. A lot of people with big voices are loud, but Jennifer had that commercial where she was howling at us over and
it
over.
was just so funny, and I love it so much. And it's one of my favorite things about Jennifer Hudson lore.
She was actually a little bit off on her solo. Oh, God, why can't I remember? I put most of this show right out of my head, but I remember thinking that note ain't quite where it's supposed to be. You sound just a touch flat here, sis. But
there's
I'm
loud
no vocalist,
and just loud, and you think that loud means good, and then there's like loud with purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
And she normally is loud with a purpose.
Right.
Right.
And so, yes, that commercial was hilarious, and I'm going to treasure it forever. But thank you, Jennifer Hudson, for showing up, because you are among the people, in my opinion, who should be involved with the Aretha Franklin tribute.
Yeah, I agree. You know, whether or not you stayed on all of the notes is a totally different conversation, but
And I mean,
I definitely think you deserve to be there, especially over a lot of other people who would, like Alessia Cara. I still can't understand. First of all, I ain't even heard nothing from that little girl since she won Best New Artist, not even this year, but last year. I haven't even heard anything else from her. Aside from that antisocial ass, I'm ready to go home.
I know that
song.
song. I know that she did that song on the Moana soundtrack.
Oh, wait, not How Far You'll Go?
Yeah.
That's her?
I mean, not the one in the movie, but she sang, you know how they do the pop version that airs in the credits?
Okay.
She sang that version.
I only listen to the movie when that's my
I mean, that's the
song.
better one. You
right,
know,
that
it's
girl
more
sings.
orchestral.
Yep. Orchestra-like.
It's all, you know, Lin-Manuel-esque. So, yeah, rest in peace to Aretha and to everybody who got dragged over that tribute, I guess. I mean, I didn't think it was terrible, but, you know.
I mean, not terrible, but I was like, the good performances I can just watch on YouTube. This does not have to stay on my DVR like her funeral.
I mean, y'all heard me sing, so.
Yeah.
Baby Fat Back. Hashtag Baby Fat Back. It's fun because, like, fat back. Right, exactly. So.
How is there no rapper called, like,
black? Right.
Little Baby Fat Back? How is there no Baby Fat Back rapper? Little Fat Back. Yeah, my mama said, you know, she said when I came out, I look like I just want a little greens with a little bit of fat back.
I really don't know how that's not a rap name yet.
Yeah, no, it should be. You niggas get on that.
Kamora Lee has purchased Baby Fat from God knows where. She said they had to hunt to find it, but she's...
Wasn't it her brand?
Yeah, but I guess she sold it after Fat Farm and divorce or whatever the fuck else happened.
Yeah.
But she recently purchased it and is planning to relaunch it apparently later this year. It's fresh, like 20 years after its creation.
Oh my God.
So that's something for you girls to look out for. You Millennium Tour girls. This is it's your moment. It's the early 2000s moment. B2K is performing with Mario. Bobby Valentino's got his shirt off.
No.
Baby Fat Back. Drake is throwing 2000s parties. So
She needs some Baby Fat Back merch.
I would love it.
I want it.
I really want Baby space Fat Back.
Yeah, no, exactly like that. Fat Back is one word.
Yeah, it's just all together.
And spell fat F-A-T, not P-H-A-T. I want it to look like Fat Back.
She's not going to.
No, she's not going to. But I wish she would. I remember really liking Baby Fat jeans because they were shaped for girls who had a small
the pre-apple bottom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Same with House of Darion. I was like, y'all made jeans for girls who are not built like an ironing board. I appreciate this. Praise God.
I mean, because the gene struggle can be so real.
Yeah, and the youth don't know this, but we used to just constantly have gaps in the backs of our jeans.
Yeah.
Just all the time. Y'all don't get it now because jeggings and leggings and form fit.
I still
everything is every damn way.
Because we don't have jeans.
Oh, they don't make men's jeans.
That's why the gays were so upset with that initial Fashion Nova men reveal. We were like, where the fuck are our goddamn apple bottoms?
Right over there on the lady side. You niggas can buy the women's jeans.
Listen,
I don't see why not.
I'm interested to see modern day baby fat because it definitely, y'all were wearing them jeans, y'all were wearing them velour suits.
Yep, with that big old gold cat on it,
that
embroidered on the
kitty.
ass. Oh no, never mind.
I knew what you were.
Right, and I wish
literally knew where.
I wish I could unthink it just that fast.
So yeah, I'm interested in seeing Ming and Aoki modeling for modern day baby fat because they was dressed to the fucking tens in the back of Double XL and the Source and shit and Vibe
in the finest of crushed velvet. Bitch, top of the line velour.
This is also a weird full circle moment for me in a strange way. This is such a dumb story, but like when I was in high school and we were doing like the morning broadcasting announcements and shit, and I remember I asked my teacher, Miss Fox, if I could do entertainment news because I didn't give a fuck about the school or its news, and she let me. And then it was like pre Kid Fury. It was like, like when Spider-Man didn't have the good suit, and so he just used like a hoodie and like a red ski mask, and it was like before his like good lore.
Okay.
Or like interesting stuff.
I don't
It was
know.
like the precursor to all of my current fuckery.
Oh, I got you. Like before your YouTube and all that, you were
think
working
about
it out.
Spider-Verse. Like before Miles had like a real suit and he was wearing that raggedy one.
Oh yeah. Because every damn body can just go get a Spider-Man
you just
suit.
gonna make something.
Got you. I understand.
And so one of the first stories I talked about on there was that the Kimora Lee's cat died. The cat that I guess was inspired, the cat that inspired the logo.
Oh, okay.
Was like based on her actual cat.
Got you.
And so I talked about, like the baby fat cat died or whatever, slow news day. And this is like, it was the first moment that I felt like the effect of like me saying something, because later that day when I was in the hall going to class, somebody ran up to me and was like, oh my God, did you say that Kimora Lee died? Is baby fat gone? Baby fat is gone. And I was like, what? No, like,
bitch, no.
What did you hear? No, the cat died. The baby fat cat died. And she got so mad at me. Nobody gave a fuck about the damn cat. She got so mad at me, and I was like, okay, in hindsight, that wasn't really interesting, I guess.
I bet she still remembers that story and will tell anybody who listens.
Yeah, I bet.
Back in high school, she chased Kid Fury down the hallway.
Kimora Lee died. I was like, bitch, no.
And she came running to you like you was the source on all things.
She saw me in the hallway and asked me, did Kimora Lee really die? And I was like, bitch, no, that's not what the fuck I said.
The fame came early, I see, for you.
Kimora Lee, I'm done with that. Sierra says that abstaining from premarital sex with Russell Simmons. April issue. She said, I really believe that when you focus on a friendship, you have the opportunity to build a strong foundation for a relationship once you know you're really great friends and you're what we call equally yoked. They're so saved.
Okay.
Where you share the same values or the same outlook on life, it kind of sets the tone. You shouldn't feel like you have to give your body away to get someone to like you. To that I say, Sierra, it's not that I want them to like me, it's that I want to give my body away to them.
Grown folks like having sex.
I just like having sex with someone I like and I'm attracted to.
It's just really sad that people struggle so much with relationships that they're just like, how do I get to find out whether I like you for real before we spend time together? Like, or before we commit.
All of my lower moistures away from you.
Can y'all really not make sound decisions about who somebody is when you start fucking them?
Decision that you decided to make. I actually respect it a lot. I just find the idea of like, you shouldn't have to give your body away to get someone to like you. Like, I don't think that most people are simply, I like, because there are people who probably fit in that mold or in that mold and could use that, statement. But I think most people are fucking generally because they like fucking and they're probably attracted to the person that they're fucking. But yes, like if I were Sierra, and I began dating Bow Wow, Future, allegedly 50 Cent,
right,
and Russell Wilson, kind of feel like
some changes
just in the first initial stages of dating, I would get an idea that there's a little less fuckboy dripping off of a Russell Wilson.
Right.
Not to say that you need to give the coochie away. I'm sure at that point, you know, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to keep this clit to myself until it's official. But I feel like Russell Wilson gives me less I'll give you some pussy and regret it afterwards than you wasn't hard to miss.
Like, bitch, nobody will ever acknowledge what a fucking diss that was.
That was so stupid.
I just don't, I guess I don't really respect it or not respect it. I don't really care. I don't know why we're being offered this peek into their personal lives, because it's not like you can move the same way Ciara moved and that means you're going to find yourself a Russell Wilson.
Right.
That sort of man is already rare. And that's without even putting in the money part of it. Like that, a man who is, at least from the outside looking in, going to behave the way Russell Wilson behaves, you a lot more likely to find a future of
kindness.
Bow Wow. Right. Empathy, treating your son like his own.
Respect.
Being just fully devoted to you and head over heels, just like obsessed and adoring you and like constantly telling the world how fantastic you are. Not likely from any man.
Eating the box.
And then when you look at niggas like in your actual network, like the people you actually have,
your environment. Yeah, Ciara can go and meet a Russell Wilson,
right? Because Ciara has access to millionaires. Y'all do not. Not because I am in that number, do not have access to millionaires. So
a lot of us, you know, just be at the chicken place and that nigga say what's up, and you gotta think, well, shit,
and you be like, well, damn, what is it?
Because I ain't got really anything else going.
You know, waiting on my lemon pepper wings fry hard. What's
right?
Up? What you doing?
That's what a bitch like me got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Where y'all going after this? Okay, we move from there.
You know, maybe the club.
We don't have access to rich niggas who are also going to treat us.
We're fishing in different ponds.
Right.
You know, Ciara can scuba dive. So for many of us, we fucking because we like fucking and we don't know how long we're going to tolerate this bitch anyway.
Fishing in different ponds with different bait.
Oh, listen.
Different poles, bitch.
Listen.
Everything.
Ciara got into her two-piece with a long spear and just dove in head first. And came out with a huge bass. And I'm happy for her.
Great for Ciara. I mean, it can't be a religious thing. She already had a whole ass baby. And he left his white wife for her. So, like, how?
I mean, they're both saved.
How? But, I mean, how? But how rooted
it doesn't strike me as a religious thing as much of but I could easily see it being very much of a spiritual thing of like, let's just like how some super heathens will take moments where they're just like, just want to be celibate for a little bit.
Yeah, like a weekend. They take a few days off.
You know, it might be Friday to Sunday afternoon. But, you know, some people sometimes just want to just do things a little bit differently and see how it pays off. And for her, it seems like it's paid off with a decent nigga with a job who's on the cover of, on the front of the Wheaties box.
Okay.
Saw him in the grocery yesterday. And loves her baby, and they have a new beautiful one together.
I just don't think abstaining from sex will guarantee you those things.
No, damn sure won't.
So I don't really understand, again, why this is being, you know,
speaking
vocalized to us. But, you know, they seem happy, and anytime a black woman is being celebrated and loved out loud in public, I am all for it. So whatever works for y'all niggas, y'all go do that.
I just hope that he lifts her up. Like,
I know he does. I know he does.
He better.
I know he does. Ooh,
swing around her head just like a.
Okay, no, not grab her by the fucking ponytail.
Right. I just hope it's going down.
I'm about to swing your ass, girl.
So Nicki Minaj is touring. Hasn't been sounding great. The reviews are in.
Did you see her rolling all the way over the term stairs? Nicholas, what's going on?
So a lot of dates have been canceled recently. She's overseas, and most of the excuse has been technical difficulties. You know, she said that at least more than one place I know of at this point didn't have like adequate power and things like that for whatever happens on her Queen tour stage.
Yeah, talking about the venues weren't equipped for, you know, all the incredible shedangs and shabazzles.
More than one venue has come forward so far and said, look, girl, we've had Prince, the Beatles.
We don't know what you mean.
Diana Ross and the Supremes came up in this bitch, honey.
BTS was just here 3 weeks ago, girl. Little Mix is coming.
Frozen on Ice. Frozen on Ice.
Oh, bitch, Frozen 2 is coming.
The girl's like, sis, she didn't want to perform because
she felt like she didn't sell
Lots
enough
of empty
tickets,
seats.
right?
And she's not the only person who has made excuses like that have nothing to do with the fact that sales are low. That's not, a fun thing to say.
I mean, it's not fun to be on stage in front of an audience that is like half empty either. I'm sure that's not like
great for morale.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably demoralizing, especially at this point in your career. But those fans still came to see a show, girl. And I'm sure they don't care about who all ain't there.
There was booing and Cardi B chanting at that show in France.
I saw that. I said the French are fucking ruthless. The French are rude, okay?
Cardi, I can't even do
Cardi B.
There you go. You do it so good. I was like, not them chanting Cardi B with this heavy French accent.
Oh, yeah. I said, y'all niggas are rude, boy.
So disrespectful. Your own niggas.
Your own fans at your show, dog.
I mean,
you
fuck.
can't trust nobody. I fell for it, actually.
I want to read a review from The Guardian.
Okay.
Who, I guess she had actually went through a show at the O2 Arena because they must have had the proper power.
They had plugs.
So, someone for the Guardian here, it says, you wonder how it came to this. Fuck.
Why?
How a razor-tongued talent, once among rap's most revered names, able to straddle gleaming pop on smashes such as Starships and snarling trap on tracks such as Only, the ones you chose to name, stooped to offering 2-for-1 tickets to her first London show in years due to slow sales. Tonight's disjointed drag of a performance suggests it's not all down to the bad PR of her beef with Cardi, U.S. rap's nude national treasure. Okay.
Wow.
They hate her.
Nude national treasure, my God.
Like, okay. After a whole bunch. After a blistering first 15 minutes that peaks with fiery female masturbation anthem, Feeling Myself. What?
Feeling Myself was not about masturbation.
In the slightest.
Like, it really, I'm looking back like, was it?
No.
But no, it was about celebrating the fact that you a bad bitch.
Through and through.
I'm that bitch.
So, like, we have to question your perspective.
Maybe Nicki remixed it and had visuals that were like, feeling myself, like maybe, I'm trying to understand where this writer.
I think this bitch is just wrong.
Trying.
Things start to sag as her neon pink chameleonic hip hop gives way to lengthy sections devoted to ballads like Grand Piano.
Ooh, not Grand
Can you imagine lengthy sections
Absolutely
devoted
not.
to ballads?
Nicholas is a rapper. We came to hear rap. I just can't fires and I'm turning shit over. Like, that song is awful.
I don't think they care. Mimed from behind a veil. And EDM experiments, such as Pound the Alarm, experiments with Shade. When she does interact with the crowd, it is to share Mary Poppins-like impressions of Londoners.
Damn me.
And you heard my attempts. Inquire about which men present have a giant dick and fire subtle barbs at a certain Bronx-born nemesis. And they put in quotations, I guess she said, any of you know someone who copies everything you do all the time. At her best, I mean, come on, look, him still alive. At her best.
Right. What? Oh, the irony here.
It's right there.
God.
Hits such as Anaconda fizz like popping candy, delivered while she is slouched on the ground with a wild-eyed grin like Alice in Wonderland's Cheshire Cat. I love Chesh. By way of Cleopatra. Cheshire Cat by way of Cleopatra, though, girl.
Whoa, what a phrase.
Maybe she wears a costume similar to the cover of the album.
Okay.
But by the time she closes with 2011 Super Bass to a depleting room, she went on stage an hour late and last trains back in. The sugar rush had long since faded. So, needless to say that I'm trying to look for the author's name of this fucking...
They probably had to remove it because the Barbs stormed that nigga's house. The Barbs pulled up
Al Horner
on Al.
of the Guardian.
That's probably a fake name.
Didn't maybe.
It's not safe.
But here's the thing, right? I think that Barb's, as long as she gets on stage and comes out, I think they really just want to be among Nicki Minaj. I think they just want to see her in person and be present for the antics.
Yeah, of course.
Just have a good time. I really don't think that like a Nicki Minaj fan, especially one who actually spent money to go and see her in concert, gives a fuck about any of the fuck about what Al is talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
from someone who is more so just, you know, in the middle, completely unbiased, take her or leave her, you know, depending on what's presented.
Mm-hmm.
I look at this as A, not surprising. B, this era is kind of dead to me.
Yeah.
I think that she just kind of needs to do the rest of these shows, however many people are sitting in them. Your fans came out to see you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen her in clips where she has actually come out on stage not performing and like shake bitches' hands and like take some pictures or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that too, but like unfortunately we didn't come for like
at all.
A
you know
very
what I'm saying?
select meet and greet.
I'm not in that position.
To hear these tunes.
I didn't even go see
Mm-hmm.
Brat.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just so good at it.
I don't even like it when she sings.
I hate it.
And super bass, I despise.
I didn't dislike
I absolutely
super bass, but I was a Barb then and younger.
Well, yeah, you were.
And I still don't mind it, but maybe it's nostalgia. I don't really know.
Yeah,
but like,
I can't with super bass.
There's a difference between singing a little something on a hip hoppy song or like an alternative sort of song and them doing whatever they do in the studio to do the best and grand piano. Like, you know, like there's plenty of rappers who have no business singing who do it all over their songs or whatever, and we either tolerate it or we don't. So I'm not mad at, you know, at it to a degree, but the grand piano shouldn't happen. I just don't think that they need to happen.
The problem is that Nicki's best verse, most of her best verses are on features, which, you know, is very awkward to just perform songs that you're featured on when the concert is just you. So I guess she has to fill in the space in between with songs that maybe, you know, nobody else would really pick for a live performance. But between the reviews, all the different video clips, the fact that seats are half sold, if that, Nicki needs to just go ahead and wrap up the European tour for Queen, call it a wrap on Queen. Do not come stateside with this trash. It will be worse. They will be chanting Cardi B in full-on American accents, Bronx and Queens accents. You don't want that to happen, sis. Just get through whatever it is you're doing in Europe. Lay that album to rest and lay yourself to rest until you come back with something else that's not revolving around your feelings about Cardi B.
Drink sparkling alcohol.
That's fun.
You know what I'm saying? Go to the studio and work on the new... Because the thing is, consumers are sheep. Myself included. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we all are.
All you need at this point is just to put out something and that's good. And the girls
just
like,
want to bop to it.
Right.
We just want to bop, girl.
But this whole era, and most importantly, all of the antics and the Queen Radio hollering the beef and the dramatics and stuff, I feel like have sort of soured this little era.
Absolutely.
But the thing, and I think it's also affected a lot of the sort of PR decisions she makes, is that the internet is so extra and jumps to wild conclusions immediately and takes this as signs that like her career is over. Like, not fame is like stock. It goes up and down. The bitch is talented. She's still young. She looks good. She can still rap. Like, this album era is dead.
She can absolutely come back. Y'all said the same thing about Lady Gaga when she put out Art Flop, as y'all so kindly called it. And she went through, you know, them few years where she was just like depressed and doing documentaries and being weird and, you know, whatever other Lady Gaga shit. And now what she done did, came back and won a whole ass Oscar on You Hoes in this movie that white folks still can't stop talking about. I'm sure she's coming out or working on a new album.
She's pregnant with her new album.
See, there you go. There you go.
Which I hope is like a hint that she's gonna come and do her weird shit again. I miss weird. I miss not art pop.
I wasn't, and then Joanne y'all didn't like either. So see, she had two albums that where y'all were like, "Bitch, Gaga's over," and Gaga was like, "I don't fucking think so, ho."
Yeah, you bitches got me fucked.
Nicki has consistently put out, you know, middling ass albums that you niggas continue to, you know, make chart. Queen went gold, right? Platinum, something. I don't know.
So.
Whatever it went. That's great. So I'm sure Nicki can come back. She just is not putting out like it was steeped in bitterness towards Cardi B. And it's like, your shit needs to be yours and completely independent of that girl and whatever she is
And I'm
doing.
so tired of that whole entire storyline.
Yes, 100%.
I'm just so tired of it.
100%. Just get back
There's
to being
and there's so many
queen.
other girls completely separate to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like Megan Thee Stallion is doing great. Tierra Whack is doing great.
Yes, she is.
You know, like there's so many new girls who are on the come up, like Kelly. I mean,
Oh my God.
they're just at this point. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, who cares? Cash Doll. I have so many girls independently. I still love Nicki's music. I really like a lot of Cardi's music, but they're just more girls out here for the constant Nicki, Cardi, who's doing well, who's doing not so well. I hate this bitch.
Right.
It's
there's
boring.
enough out here for everybody. Rhapsody. There's something out here for no matter what
Baby
your taste
Mother.
is. All this shit. So I think we just need Nicki to get back to making shit that she likes and she fucks with and not doing all this
Lady
petty,
Leisure.
like laser focus on all these other girls.
Yeah.
I don't understand why somebody like Nicki Minaj would even give a fuck what Cardi B is doing or why Cardi B's name would ever be in her mouth. But all right.
Okay, I'm gonna click out of this. Don't care. Gonna close this.
But that
one,
video
don't
of her
care.
rolling her ass towards them stairs on stage, I was like, yo, Nick, you have completely given the fuck up. Woo, it was like watching Acrimony.
So, Young Thug decided to post himself on the internet wearing this Gucci balaclava that pissed the internet off so badly.
Oh, God.
Don't know what statement he's trying to make with that there, but, you know, do with that what you will, Young Tom, everybody.
Amen.
So let's talk about Aunt Becky. Is this are you reading it?
Yeah, this is supposed to be my read this
Okay,
week.
so
So we can
let's-
talk about it then if you want.
Look at the time. Let's challenge ourselves this week and
Yes,
see what
to
our
get the
run
fuck outta
time
here.
ends up
Okay.
on. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was Hot Tops Enema of the State. And we'll be right back.
Support for today's episode of The Read comes from Third Love. Third Love uses data points generated by millions of people who have taken their Fit Finder quiz to design bras with breast size and shape in mind. The results are a perfect fit and a premium feel. All you gotta do is answer a few questions to find your perfect fit in 60 seconds. Then once you receive your bra, you can wear it, wash it, and absolutely put it to the test for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to someone in need. It's all part of their 100% fit guarantee. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you will probably ever own. Y'all know how much I love my 24/7 t-shirt bra. It is truly everything. Best part is that the straps don't slip. They have tagless labels and lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. They even have a line of incredibly soft and breathable cotton bras. So head on over to thirdlove.com/read. They know that there's a perfect bra for everyone. Right now they're offering y'all 15% off your first order. So again, thirdlove.com/read now to find your perfect fitting bra and 15% off. thirdlove.com/READ. Go do something great for them titties. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, so we are back. And it is now time for your listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. We have a quick question for you here just to start things off. It's from Sterling, who wants to know if you have seen Dragon Ball Super Broly. And if so, what are your thoughts?
I have not. So,
Do you know what that is?
yeah, it's basically a Dragon Ball film based on the Broly villain character.
Oh, right, him.
But I haven't watched it yet. I know they were showing it in a bunch of theaters and stuff like that in the city. I think Magic Johnson was showing it too.
I was about to say, did this come out in theaters? Because I literally never heard of it.
Yeah, it was like a limited, like those anime releases sometimes are kind of limited and don't really get huge pushes even when they do go to theaters, because typically it's just a thing anime nerds know about and we just find a theater and go and watch it. But
Got you.
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't really have an opinion, but I heard it's really good, so I'll watch it eventually, I suppose.
Okay, amen. Don't know anything about that, so let's just move right on.
Dragon Ball.
Oh, I mean, I have seen the cartoon.
Yeah, he hates Goku. He hates Kakarot.
Goku.
Broly hates Goku.
And that other nigga, the nigga with the blonde hair.
Goku has blonde hair when he transforms.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so this question comes, I think I'm thinking of Goku.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I'll Google it later, the name of the other nigga. All right.
Vegeta.
Yes! Vegeta.
Vegeta. Like vegetable. Yeah.
Our first question comes from, I'll call her Sharika. She says,
Sharika.
Oh, yes, I also do love a Sharika. I've been with my boyfriend for a little over a year and we're starting to... You're both very rich. I said that I would expect him to pay a little more in rent or a little more in utilities or household items since he makes more than I do. To me, that seems fair so that we can both live an equal lifestyle. Since he makes more, paying an extra $300 a month doesn't affect him the way it would for me. My current place is rent controlled, so I would actually be paying more if we were to live together, whereas he would be paying less than he currently does. He is of the opinion that everything should be split evenly no matter what. He says he shouldn't have to suffer because of the hard work he's put into his career, and that the only time things wouldn't be even would be when we are married and everything is taken from one combined pool of money. He also has debt, although I don't know how much or what his monthly payments are. I work hard in my career, but I'm younger and I'm a woman, so I'm paid less, and it's not a reflection of me being lazy.
I know that's motherfucking
I think that he
correct.
should want us to both live our best lives, which means him pitching in a little more so we can enjoy the same things. Currently, we split nearly everything, but he does pay for drinks and Ubers when we go out. We've had disagreements. Question is, should we split rent evenly or not? Thanks. Love y'all. And she actually gave herself a fake name, which was Jasmine. So, sorry, Sharika Jazz.
I like Sharika Jazz.
Rika
anyway.
Min. Yeah. So.
You know what you guys should really split? Up.
The fact that I saw it coming as soon as you said split, I was like, damn. Yo, but no, for real. Girl, what?
I don't like this. First of all, why the fuck y'all trying to move in after a year? Like, calm the fuck down, bro. Like, y'all don't have to live I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
No,
Each
you
their
shouldn't.
own.
You honestly should not live with this man solely because you would be taking a financial loss on doing so.
I mean,
there are a lot of reasons.
yeah.
But that's the biggest one.
I mean, it's right there along with the others. So,
First of all, I love living alone. Truly cherish
so
it.
much.
If a nigga wants to share a home with me, guess what he gonna have to do? Pay for every fucking thing in that bitch. Because why would I live with you when I could live alone? You're going to have to make it appealing to more in bills, utilities, household shit, whatever, to offset the cost of you already spending.
What is that?
And then the whole, you don't know how much debt he has or how much he pays every month. Girl, hell no. I would absolutely advise against combining your household with this motherfucker.
Whatever happened to
Woo,
like
no, sis.
niggas that were like, at the very least in this arena, you know, like, I got this, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever
Where
happened.
are
I
their
mean,
providers.
it's not like you're like, oh, cool, so I don't have to pay no rent. I'm gonna just suck your dick and you're just gonna pay for everything in the house,
Right.
which goals. You know?
I mean, that's what the housewives do. They just get to sit around and
I don't
drink
just-
all day.
Good.
Right.
You
Good
know,
for
but
hoes.
I mean, you're looking at the situation completely rationally.
Yes.
And I don't think it is unfair or unreasonable the way that you've sort of worked things out. Like, yes, why, again, after a motherfucking year, would you go and pay more than you are already paying in your own space, which
Hell
is
no.
so comfortable because it's yours and it's just yours and you only live there, to then go and pay more for this nigga who's paying less?
Right. No, thank you.
I mean, I'm just trying to find the logic there. It just doesn't.
Right.
He makes more money than you do.
And he would be paying less if you did him the favor of moving in with him because your place is rent controlled. So it ain't no way he can beat your rent.
Right.
So, like, girl, Jess.
I'm not signing up for it, girl. I don't give a fuck how much I like you. I love that you.
Absolutely not.
I love how that you brought up the whole if we were married situation. Okay, well, let's keep dating.
Yeah.
Let's keep dating and doing this whole thing, and let's decide on living together when we get serious about the marriage discussion, honey.
Yeah.
Because he's dizzy.
Right. You make plenty of money on your own. You've already said 6-figure job. So
I mean,
I would just continue to live my 6-figure single person in my house lifestyle.
I like it.
That man can come over when you want some dick or some company, or y'all could, y'all go out concerts and shit. You could do all that without having that many.
There it is.
Because if you, girl, signing a lease, did you listen last week? Because
We just
people be
talked about
signing leases
Just
and
talked
then
about it.
end up breaking up, 6 weeks later. And it's like, wow, I'm literally stuck with you for the
Every
next
day.
11 months.
Every day is the edge of snaps.
I mean, I truly think you should break up with him, but at the bare minimum, do not move in with this man, please.
Yeah, I mean, He doesn't sound very nice. But
He doesn't.
But if you like him that bad, I would, yeah, at the very, very least. I would
Right.
think twice, thrice, 4, 5 goddamn times about moving in with him at the very least, because he's not being reasonable, and on top of that, it's financially inconvenient to you, as you're saying. And you have this rent controlled apartment. Like, girl, I don't even know. They didn't say where they live, did they?
No, but if you give up your rent controlled apartment for this, girl, you're gonna regret that.
Somebody
Trust
is
me.
going to knock you on your forehead like a door and be like, "Hey, is anybody there, sis?"
Yes.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, because, you know, splitting everything equally is great if y'all have the same exact salary.
Right.
And the same exact, you know, bills and responsibilities and all that. But it's not fair to split things equally when he makes a significant portion more than you do. And you are paying more to do this whole, it sounds honestly like living together is your idea. He don't even really sound like he wants to do it. It sounds like it's more of your thing than anything else. And no, girl, please don't do this.
If you grind it down to its finest form, what you simply have is y'all moving together this quickly for whatever reason, and you're losing something, he is gaining something, and there's no real logical reason as to why that is.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, in many situations, like, you know, dating and stuff, or think about the sort of foundation that you would be setting up and how that may decide further things in the future. That's the type of shit that I'd be thinking. It's like you are entering a situation before there's furniture, before there's think about, but do you?
Don't move in with this man. I'm telling you, do not give up your good rent controlled apartment to pay more to live with a man. Have you ever lived with a man, sis? Ugh.
That's another thing. Have you ever
Gross.
how long have y'all lived in a space together before? Because, like,
girl, are you ready
Netflix
to
and
clean
chill
up
and
after him?
overnight is a completely different than like living with someone, sharing space, storing your things together, and experiencing one another's habits. So if you've never even like spent like a solid week in the same, coming home to the same place type of thing, and you don't know what that's giving,
Sis.
you better not in your mother
You better not.
fucking days move in with this nigga.
I'm
Not
gonna
yet.
slap you, girl. Do not do it. Okay. Next question comes from PJ, who says, I am a 28-year-old black gay man.
Project.
I knew you was going to do it. I just finished my law degree. I've been in a relationship with a man for 5 years, and he is absolutely amazing. He's another successful black man who just finished his PhD, and I'm very lucky.
Gay Cosby's, Huxtables.
He has finally proposed, and as excited as I am, I do not want to give up my last name. All these years of dating, he has constantly made references to us sharing his last name, and I didn't take it very seriously. Probably at the time it didn't matter much to me, but after receiving my law degree and seeing my name on that piece of paper and on the plaque on my new office, something clicked. I'm torn because I do want to build a family with him and have all of us share one last name, but I do not have the heart to tell him that I don't want to take his name right away. I know he will be truly hurt by this. I just don't know how to tell him. If you can lend any advice, it would be truly appreciated. I can't tell if I'm overthinking this or if I'm being selfish for not wanting to change my name.
I want these rich,
PJ.
successful problems this
Right?
week.
I'm going to pick somebody regular next. Y'all got upper bitch problems.
Why can't you just double name it? Why can't you Pinkett Smith it?
Well, I think this is all like a personal, you know, what I've always dreamed for my family type thing, because he mentions like I want to build a family and all of us share one last name.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, okay, let's say that his last name is Hall and your last name is Wright and you go by Wright Hall, but then y'all kids,
I mean, I don't understand why the kids can't go by Wright Hall as well. Do y'all just not believe in hyphens? I also really like combining last names to make a new last name for the family. I think that's a really cute idea.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah, I feel like lesbians probably invented it.
Profit, bitch. That sounds very much up y'all's alley.
Yeah, but changing your name is not a simple process. It is incredibly complex. It takes a very long time to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's because it's mostly women who do it, because so many women change their names when they get married.
Yeah.
If it was customary for men to change their names, it would be simplified. Right.
Yeah.
You could do it online.
Yeah.
But instead, it's a whole long convoluted process. You have to go around and update shit with every fucking agency known to man. It's just a pain in the ass. So I would tell him, you know, we're going to have to compromise on this just like anything else. My name is on that degree. I worked very hard for that shit. I'm not really in a space where I want to just let it go. Like, I don't want to. It's okay. That's the name you were born with. That's the name that was given to you. If you want to keep it, there's nothing wrong with that. So I would just propose to him, how about hyphenating our names? How about creating a new name? Is he opposed to taking your name? Like, I just feel like this whole conversation usually boils down to where I'm the man or I'm the top. And so this is just how things are done. So you should just do it. Like, even in lesbian relationships, a lot of it is like, well, I'm just taking my stud's name. That's daddy. So.
And bitches be wanting to.
And they be wanting to.
Right. I mean, whatever works.
It's nothing wrong with changing your name if that's what you want to do, but you don't want to. So yeah. You can't be too afraid to have a conversation with this man. He's supposed to be your husband.
Right. That's got to be respected.
Yeah. You have to be able to say, so look, about them degrees.
Yeah.
They already printed with one name. They don't go back and give you another one just because you got married. Mm-hmm. So actually, shout out to my doctor friend, #, my doctor friend, Terry.
Yeah.
Terry got her degree. And
Terry told me I wouldn't die one day via your text message. Oof, thank God. Okay, thanks.
She has saved my ass more than once. I'd be like, look at this. Should I go to the urgent care or not? She'd be like, bitch, take an Advil and lay down. Yeah. But when Terry, got all them damn degrees that she collected and got married, it took her an incredibly long time, I think a decade, to change her last name before she was finally like, I guess, just for the sake of, because the kids have her husband's last name, and I guess she was finally like, whatever. But, I was this woman who had all these accomplishments, and I just don't think you should feel any pressure towards getting rid of your name if it means so much to you. So you got to be able to sit down and talk to this man about how you feel. Like, this is supposed to be your husband.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know that anybody will ever trick me into marrying them. But
oh, no. And I'm certainly not. Bitch, I'm not changing my name.
Even if that did happen, I don't even have a whole bunch of pieces of paper with my last name on it that I'm like, I worked so hard for this.
Yeah.
Last name or
I
whatever,
have nothing.
but I just want it.
I mean, all I got to change is my email address. I don't have a bunch of degrees or nothing where I'm like, how dare you?
Like my last name. I don't know. Maybe I'd feel some way differently about it, but I get it. Like, I totally understand his point of view at the moment. And I think that that's just something that your husband has to respect. Y'all got to be ready and willing to have these conversations with people, difficult as they may be, because it's sort of your obligation as people in relationships to hear what the other person has to say and process that and then execute, so y'all can't just be sitting on stuff and not be afraid to say stuff because you feel like you're tripping. Maybe you are tripping, and maybe somebody will be able to explain that to you in a way that makes fucking sense, but most of the time it's not that at all. Y'all just be afraid to make the person uncomfortable or whatnot. This, to me,
I mean, he has a PhD too. He should be able to understand the idea of, I'm a fucking doctor and I worked hard for all these pieces of paper, and I don't want to change my name because that's the name that I have always had. That's the name that earned those degrees.
Yeah, but when you're a top, sometimes you just think things go your way.
Well, see,
I don't know. We're assuming.
I know. I mean, no, I would venture to guess that this is a bottom writing into us about his top. and
that's how things go sometimes.
Relationship
dynamics. They're versatile. And the other one's just a little bit more powerful in its role.
A little bit toppier, if you will. But this is very common with men and masculine people, this idea of there's certain things that we do in society or in relationships that just shouldn't be challenged, and the last name thing is one of them. So I would just talk to him about it. He should be open to the hyphen thing, or
it's 2019.
Right. Dog, do we really all have to take your last name?
I mean, for what?
Why? Are we going to ever critically look at why that is?
We're waiting for an arc to come and a strong
Y'all want to belong to these
What time
niggas.
is it?
No, thank you. I have no interest in being
hyphen it up.
Property.
Just, who cares?
Yes. All right. Hallelujah. Our next question comes from Shanice, who says, let me start by saying I'm a Gemini, and I know I stay ready to pop off. So I need y'all to either help check me or back me up.
That means nothing to me.
My birthday. I don't know what the Gemini thing means, but my birthday is in June, and I never do anything for myself. So this year I decided to do a destination birthday in Cabo.
Oh, boy.
I invited 12 people. 8 are able to make it. I realized the sex ratio was a bit off, so I invited a girl that I recently met through a mutual friend because she's cool and super bubbly and fun.
Oh, boy.
She said she would love to go and was excited because her birthday is the day after mine and we could celebrate together.
Oh, my goodness.
I responded that was okay and she ain't have to come because I want this entire trip to be about me and only me, and it would be best if she stayed back and celebrate with her own friends. No hard feelings.
Bitch. I love that you got right to it. Like, look, I'm not even risking it, bitch. Right, girl, stay home.
She said that wasn't a problem and that she really wants to go and wouldn't take away from my trip other than maybe us having a little cake and singing happy birthday to her. I said, yeah, we can do that when we get back to LA, but we will not be doing that in Mexico.
You know what? Stand your fucking ground, bitch.
Because I rented the beach house out of my own pocket and only asked people to pay for their flights. And my friends don't even know her aside from the one we have in mutual.
Work.
She responded with a playful LOL and called me a little fucker, but agreed to my terms.
Bitch.
She then asked me to get her flight for her so she could fly out with our group and said she would pay me back when she got paid in 2 weeks because she's from Iran and doesn't really travel. I felt bad making her wait and fly out alone, so I said that was fine. Fast forward 2 weeks, and not only have I not received the money, and I know she got paid because our mutual friend did and they worked together, but it turns out she's still saying that she's spending her birthday in Mexico and expecting us to do something nice for her. My selfish side is ready to explode and be like, bitch, I told you it wasn't about you, and risk her not going anymore and thus probably not paying me back for the $400 for the flight. Should I just suck it up and make her feel special on her day, even though I literally never do anything for just me and spend all year focusing on helping others? Please help. I don't want to have a stank attitude on this trip because I'm anticipating her birthday ruining my time, especially because it's on the last day of the trip. Thanks, Shanice.
Okay. Shanice, calm the fuck down. It's like, I want to be selfish on that day, and that's fine. But you invited this girl because you said you like her personality and stuff, and it is going to be her birthday while she is there. I would imagine that, like, the very least, y'all can get a little slice of a cake, put a candle on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a whole cake would be ideal, but I'm just saying, like, do a little something for the bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on. Y'all could give her a little cake, sing her a happy birthday, and then go right back to it being about you.
Right.
Now, if you are afraid that she's going to be trying to do more than that, then that's a completely different thing. That is not what she says. And as we don't know, y'all, so we just going to go with believing that she would, you know, be okay with a little cake and a song. Happy birthday is all of a few seconds, girl.
That's all she asked for.
That's all she wants. It's going to be her birthday, too. You going to have the whole beach house, skinny dip and jet ski and do whatever the fuck else. Right. And all of that will be in celebration for you. Again, everybody's going to be on that page because besides her, besides you, don't nobody else even know her.
They have one friend in common.
Okay.
Who will be there, but the rest of the people don't know her.
So everybody is pretty much going to be on the page that this is your trip.
Right.
I think that it is fair to just say, let us give this girl some cake.
Yes.
Give her a hug and a happy birthday song and just enjoy each other's company. I think it's a taste petty to just be like, girl, well, you can't come at all, bitch, if you want cake, bitch, on your birthday, bitch.
Yeah, I actually feel like you're being beyond petty. This is incredibly unreasonable. I get that it's your birthday trip and you're the only one who paid for the beach house and you want it to be all about you, but your birthday is only that one day. And honestly, even if y'all birthday was the same day, are you that threatened to where people acknowledging somebody else is like such an affront to you? Like, you're already mad. This trip is not even till June and you already sitting here getting mad at the thought of people paying somebody else attention on your birthday trip. Girl, you got to grow up. Like,
yeah, no, it's not that deep.
Yeah, this is really ridiculous. I honestly feel like you shouldn't have even invited her.
Right.
Because you don't know her that well. I guess more men than women RSVP, so you felt like you needed, I don't know why you felt like you needed to even it out with more girls, but you don't even really know her that well. And then the whole, if it was going to bother you that much that she wanted to be acknowledged on her birthday, then I think you should have just cut it off right then.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you even want this girl to be there on her birthday and not be acknowledged? Right. Like, I would be uncomfortable.
Right. Like, I can't fathom being like, I'm sorry, I'm the only person who has a birthday in June. So when we get back to America, I guess it's your birthday, but in Mexico, it's not your birthday. Like, girl, what? Why are you such a bitch. I don't care that you spent all the money on the beach house and nobody put in on the $4,000 for the beach house. It was just, I don't care. Because it costs nothing to stick a candle in a piece of cake and sing happy birthday to that girl. It costs nothing.
If she were to be like, well, I don't want to go parasailing because I get nauseous. I don't like that club. Can we go to this one? Like, if it was like this whole thing where she were attempting to like change the whole last weekend, then I would be rightfully annoyed. But again, this is June we're talking about. It's March. And the girl just wants some cake and a little taste of acknowledgement because
it's her fucking birthday.
It's her birthday.
And you talk about
don't be a jerk.
I'm not looking forward to. It's gonna ruin my whole trip because her birthday is on the last.
The whole ass trip, girl.
Her birthday's on the last day, meaning y'all were gonna be flying for half the fucking day anyway, back to the States. So it's like, are you really opposed to people waking up and saying happy birthday to this girl before y'all drink the rest of the liquor in the house and go to the airport?
Right, ruin the finale because you sang happy birthday to her for 10 seconds?
You're being you're being ultra ridiculous. So I would just say, if I were you, honestly, I would tell her that unfortunately you are not mature enough to handle somebody else having a birthday so close to yours.
Rose Nyland said, sometimes the truth is best.
Yeah. Just tell her, unfortunately, I'm not grown up enough to handle the fact that your birthday is the day after mine. It's going to stress me out thinking about your birthday. And so I will eat that $400 and you can't come. Sorry.
Be prepared to not be friendly or anything like that with her no more.
Yeah. Because this is just, or, get over yourself.
Or get over it. I feel like that's a great one.
This is so ridiculous.
You could just get over it. Get a bitch some cake.
Oh, man.
Pat her on the back and then go right back to doing whatever it is that you wanted to do on your birthday.
Yes. Amen. All right. I'm about to wrap it up, but I do want to go through a couple of emails we got in relation to the last time we did Crystal's Couch.
Okay.
Lots of therapists wrote in to say, yes, there is therapy in jail. Y'all differ vastly on the quality of that care.
I bet.
Somebody in Houston was like, yeah, we have great therapy for people in jail, and they get to stabilize here because there aren't as many barriers to treatment. They have, group therapy. They explore their childhood traumas. It's great. Some of y'all are like, I work in Chicago and shit is trash up here. Ain't shit funded the way it's supposed to be.
I'm not shocked.
Programs are few and far between and all this, but everybody agrees that there is therapy. The effectiveness of that therapy.
I figured.
Vacillates between areas, but thank you all for confirming that for us because we truly weren't sure.
I wasn't sure, but I just assumed.
So the question comes from Cece. She says, I'm struggling with figuring out what to do about my mom. I've been getting a lot of flack lately for my decision to not communicate with her. Our relationship has always been strained because she was emotionally and verbally abusive to me at a very young age. It affected me tremendously, even causing me to be suicidal at age 13 until she kicked me out when I was 17 and I went to live with my dad. In adulthood, I discovered that she has a lifelong battle with anxiety and depression, which she has gotten treatment for in the past, but I also think she's bipolar and hasn't been diagnosed. She refuses to take any sort of medication or seek therapy, and the last few years when I attempted to be around her, she would fly off the handle at the smallest things, get mad if I don't give her money, and it all brings up a lot of stress from unresolved issues in my childhood. Not to mention she's engaged every other month to some random ass man she talks to on Facebook. I'm now a 32-year-old single mom who is in a great space mentally and financially, raising my 10-year-old daughter with very minimal help, and I have very little room to deal with her and her wild, irate behavior. Not only has she not ever once acknowledged or apologized for any of the things that have happened in my childhood, but she flips out anytime I ask her about mental health and refuses to accept that she needs help. I even tried having my grandmother and aunts have a sit down with her so she can get some real help, and no one wanted to participate because my family loves to sweep shit like this under the rug. After that, I decided to cease communication with my mom, but I do allow her to communicate with my daughter whenever she wants, which is not that often. I had the best fucking year of my life last year, so that is making it even harder to start communicating with my mom again and taking back all of the stress and drama that comes with it. But a lot of people are saying that I should just deal with this because you only get one mom. What should I do? Please help. Love, Cece.
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion. You do only get one mom, and sometimes that's a blessing.
You know? I feel like that's a great wording for what I was going for. Moms and dads are people, bro. They're human beings.
Flawed as fuck.
They're not gods.
Not at all.
Like, when you're a kid, we're just, I mean, a lot of us, we exist under this understanding that parents, guardians, they're supposed to be these perfect people because they have the keys to making us perfect people. And, you know, we sort of have this allegiance to them because they are the reason that we're here, and that we should look past any sort of trauma that they've put us through, because at the end of the day, they are your mama or they're your daddy. I just don't believe that. You know, I definitely think it is okay to make a solid effort because of those reasons. But at the end of the day, especially when you get to a certain age, and you are responsible for yourself, you're taking care of yourself, you have a fucking kid to take care of and be concerned about. The idea that you should continue to place yourself in a position of depression, stress, trauma, anxiety, any of those things simply because this person is your mother, I disagree with that. You've made the effort to speak to her, to try to get her to at least talk to someone who can help in terms of therapy, whether it is solo, together, or whatever. She's not trying to hear it. In my opinion, at that point, there is nothing wrong with you removing yourself from that person's life, because again, they're a person. Yes, she your mama too, but I'm assuming that your mama don't pay your bills since she's asking you for money. I'm assuming that, you know what I'm saying, your mama is not helping you raise your kid because you said that she barely even speaks to her and things like that. So it sounds like you are self-sufficient, you know what I'm saying, or at the very least, she's not helping you get through life, which is stressful in itself. So God willing, if he has it so, maybe something will happen one day where she'll get that end of color purple Mr. Light Bulb where she realizes, oh my goodness, everything I even think about keeps crumbling. Maybe I should do right by her. You know, like, maybe that will happen, maybe it won't, but it's not your responsibility as a person or as their child, especially, to like run around and try and like mend all of these things and put band-aids on all of these wounds and stuff like that. Unfortunately, like, we're more of a generation, I think, that if we're not willing to do the work, we at the very least acknowledge it and can call it out. Whereas our, like, more generations, especially with Black people, people of color, generations before us are more so used to like sticking to whatever antiquated tradition
sweeping
things
shit under the
happen,
rug, like you said,
and sweeping every other human thing that happens underneath the rug. All of their imperfections can completely be ignored because they are the parent, even though they may be submitting you to trauma and have been maybe for your whole life. And they and many times are well aware of that, but because of the inability to like to deal with whatever their imperfections are, they continue to subject you to that same sort of abuse and trauma and make no effort on doing anything better. And lots of people, lots of parents, grandmas, aunties, uncles go in the ground like that. And it's unfortunate. But again, it's just not your responsibility simply because that's your mama to fix her. It's hers. Like, she's a grown up, just like you're a grown up. She's not just, you know, you're not just her kid anymore. You're a grown ass woman.
Your own person.
You're your own person with your own responsibility, your own path. And she, you know what I'm saying, is the exact same thing. You got to do for you, bro. And you've made the effort, as I said already, to try and heal that. And you've met walls. It's what more can you do? You know what I'm saying? You got to do whatever is healthiest for you, because not only do you have the responsibility to be healthy for you so that you can be happy, you have the responsibility to be healthy so that your kid can be happy. You know, so I'm like, that's my long ass winded way of saying that I'm just not in the belief that just because somebody is your mama or daddy or grandma, that you have to go and be subjected to the same sort of violence over and over and over again just because of that reason. I don't believe it. And I know that so many people struggle with that same sort of idea. Release yourself from that shit, bitch, because your mom and your daddy are imperfect ass human beings just like you are. The only difference is that many of us are willing to admit our imperfections and try and work on it, and a lot of mamas and daddies are not. And it just is what it is.
Yep. I absolutely agree with all of that. Like, you don't owe anybody, not your mama, daddy, auntie, uncle. You don't owe anybody your happiness. You don't have to sacrifice your mental health for the good of anyone else. You are allowed to create boundaries in your life that keep people who stress you out and bring up terrible shit out of it. Like,
period.
You didn't do anything to deserve your mama treating you like this, not in childhood or now. And you have confronted her about it. She has been utterly unwilling to take responsibility for her actions and to change them so that you two can have a healthy relationship. Therefore, it is not even on you no more.
It simply isn't.
You've made it clear to her what you need from her in order for y'all to be able to communicate, and she is not willing or able to do it. So now you have a responsibility to yourself and to your child to create the best environment for the both of you to thrive. And if your mama is going to set you back from that, then guess what? It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. I mean, it's clearly something. It's something. But you said you went all last year without it, and you never flourished more. So I don't care whoever is telling you that, you only get one mom. Next time, say, yeah, and praise God. Because look at the shit this bitch done put me through. Let's be glad I only got this from one bitch. Because goddamn.
That it's just this
Your
one.
mama done put you through the fucking ringer. You probably need to work through all the issues that she gave you in your childhood. Like most of us need to heal from the things our parents and guardians and such as did to us, whether they knew they were doing it or not. But I dare say you have a responsibility to yourself, because you have a responsibility to your daughter to do what is best for you.
Right.
And if that means not talking to your mama, then that just means not talking to your mama. Yeah, it should be all right.
I don't care which one of her sisters, in-laws.
No, I don't care if it was your cousin.
I don't care who has a problem.
Said it. Nope. They can kiss your ass.
Period.
They not paying no bills over there either. You said you raising your baby with very little help from anybody else. So everybody can suck your dick, girl.
I mean, that's how I feel.
They all can do it. You grown.
That's just how I feel.
Fuck that. You either gonna talk to me nice.
I hate that you said that, but it's fine.
But you either gonna treat me like I demand to be treated, or you gonna get the fuck out my life, or stay the fuck out my life.
That's just how it is.
And really, when you establish those kind of boundaries, you'll be shocked at how much you thrive.
And if you're like, if you're a spiritual person, if you believe in God or whatever, prayer is a thing. That could be the effort that you make. Dear Lord,
you can pray for her.
Work on whatever that is over there. Amen.
Lord, please help my mama to acknowledge her issues. Please help her to seek the treatment that she needs. I pray that one day she will realize how much she has fucked up and damaged her relationships. I pray that she is safe and taken care of, but none of that is on me.
It's just not.
It ain't.
Leave it up.
Simply is not.
The Lord.
Okay. Because God look after children and fools, and maybe your mama fall under that category. But good luck to you, sis, because you absolutely deserve to preserve your happiness and your mental health above all. If you have questions for Crystal's Couch or just for the read, we just be coming in here saying shit. Send those to asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
So listen, if you are a boss bitch out there doing boss bitch things, and you need to find some people to be talented recruits for your company, for your job, we know that it is difficult. It can be challenging to hire folks, and that is why ZipRecruiter is here to help. It's a simple and fast and smart way to find qualified candidates for your job. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/theread, and ZipRecruiter will send your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards. They don't stop there. They've got a powerful matching technology, and ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invite them to apply to your job. As the applications come in, ZipRecruiter analyzes each one and spots spotlights the top candidates so you never miss a great match. We've seen a couple of people out there say that they've been using it, and it takes literally no time at all for them to find an adequate employee. ZipRecruiter is so effective that 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within just the first day. So maybe you're in a rush to get somebody to come in there for you to yell at and demand files. I haven't had a real job in so long.
That's how it goes.
And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/TheRead. That's right. If you're listening to our show, it's ZipRecruiter.com/TheRead, TheRead. ZipRecruiter.com/TheRead. ZipRecruiter is the smartest way to hire. Let's move on.
Hey, y'all, don't forget that you can turn your dreams into reality with Squarespace. Squarespace makes it easier than ever to launch whatever your passion project may be, whether that's a new business, showcasing your work, showcasing your titties, publishing content, selling product, whatever it is you want to do. Squarespace is the tool. They've got beautiful templates created by world-class designers with the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks. They've got a great, powerful e-commerce functionality that will let you sell anything online and analytics to help you grow your site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out the box with nothing to patch or upgrade. And they even make buying domains super simple. But if you run into any problems, you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support. They are truly the best over there. And Squarespace empowers millions of people to turn great ideas into something real. You know you're ready to turn your great idea into something tangible. And you can get started today by heading to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. When you're ready to launch, use offer code READ, that's READ, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Go build something phenomenal. The world is ready. Okay, let's wrap up the show.
Okay, so we're back. It's time for the read.
It is.
Finally. So you want to go first? Or?
I mean, I don't really. Do we both want to talk about this college bribery thing?
I mean, I have several things to talk about, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, go ahead. It don't matter to me. It's up to you.
Okay, so I'll start. First, so I saw this story that came out about this man named Nolan. I don't know how to say his last name. Sousley or Sosley. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but unfortunately, he is a cancer patient in Missouri. He apparently has stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh no. So,
I honestly wish that cancer could just take human form so I could fight it. Fuck
Don't we
cancer.
all wish?
So an unfortunate incident took place at the hospital in Western Missouri where he's been staying, the Citizens Memorial Hospital. Apparently, this patient, Nolan, had some THC oil capsules.
Oh my God, I saw this video.
Bitch.
Oh my God.
So he has THC pills that he takes for the pain and stuff from this disgusting, horrible, terrible illness that I hate so much. I can't remember if I read that he told one of the nurses or somebody about it, but basically a security guard came into his room and said that they had smelled marijuana smoke. Girl. The police were called on him. And in a video that was streamed on Facebook on March 6th, you can see these police officers in this man's room in the hospital going through his things. Now, before they went through his things, he was very clear to them that he didn't want them digging through his bag because he has his final day things in there.
Yeah.
So personal, his business. He doesn't want them going through his shit for obvious reasons. Also, I'd like to say that apparently last year, Missouri passed like a medical marijuana law, but you know, those things take a little while to kick in. So I guess it's not whatever, but
okay.
So, you know, say
weed.
that to say, like, right? But I'm just saying, like, in the context of things, like, y'all are right around the corner from this being legal anyway.
Right.
Recreational is not illegal in Missouri, but honestly, blow me, it's weed. But y'all know that's how I feel. Either way, past all of that, this man says he doesn't smoke weed. He uses the capsules for the pain. You couldn't have smelled weed in his room because doesn't smoke it. And he's not
Right.
sitting there wasting these capsules, busting them open and just pouring them all over the ground or some shit.
Because who would do
So who? Odds are somebody just knew that he had weed in there and felt like being a dick
Yep.
and called the cops. And cops did the dick move things that cops do, which is berating this ill man who is just trying to live out however many, days left that he may have. And he's taking these pills for okay, so I just bring this up to say, like, what the fuck is this planet that we're living on, right? Like,
Yes.
what humanity is not a real thing.
No.
I said it before. People are garbage. Like, how trash do you honestly have to be, bro, to go into someone's room who is dealing with cancer, stage 4 pancreatic cancer, has literally told you they don't know when they may or may not die, how many days they have left, and is taking pills, probably the most boring way to get high. You know what I'm saying? Capsules simply to deal with the effects of this shit sickness. And here you are going through their not to mention, they didn't even find no fucking weed on the man.
Of course not.
Of course not. So you did all of this stuff and like insulted him on top of him being sick. For what, bro? You should have been like, here is a blunt I brought from home. Let me light it for you. I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
Right.
Like, what is even the point of anything? What's the point of hospitals, medical care, police, anything, if a nigga can't even be sick without having to deal with, and this is a white man.
Oh, Chile. Oh, yeah, he was white. And I mean, if it was CBD oil in them capsules, then you can't even get high. It's just for pain relief.
It's THC.
Oh, it's THC.
But
it don't even matter, dog.
if it was Molly, I would say leave this nigga the fuck alone. Like, bro, like when do we get over ourselves and start showing, if not compassion, respect for another human being, bro? Like what is it gonna fucking take? So fuck that hospital.
Everybody.
Fuck each and every one of them cops.
Yeah. Fuck
Like-
whoever snitched. Fuck whoever thought the police were an appropriate organization to call. Fuck the police for actually coming there. If I walked in a hospital room and this man has got stage 4 cancer and you talk about you want me to check his bag for weed, but bitch, why?
I would want to arrest you.
So we can roll up? Because you out your fucking mind if you think I'm about to comfort this man.
Let's fight.
All he wants is a little bit of comfort as he dies from this terrible disease. And y'all are like, yeah, but I don't like weed. So
Like, one of the nurses is asking, like, do you even have a warrant?
Wow.
What are the proceedings from here? And
The
they're telling
doctor
him,
probably
like, because, hey, he's, like, kind of dying, so what are you going to arrest him? They're like, no, we'd bring him a citation if we find it, but we haven't found anything
Oh
yet.
my
Like, y'all are
God.
for real right now.
oh my God.
I don't know what it's going to take for cops to just suck a dick and get over some of this shit, bro. Like, at some point, the police force, at least in this country, because look at all of the bullshit,
Right.
has to start taking some of these calls and being like, stop wasting our goddamn motherfucking time.
Amen.
What's it gonna take?
That ought to be it.
So I don't really know too much about this Yes Jules individual or what it is that she's supposed to do, right? But I do remember that not too long ago, she pissed off many black people because she posted a photo of a crop top shirt that said something like niggas lie all the time or niggas lie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The word niggas.
Yeah.
Yes Jules is a very Caucasian woman.
Facts.
Okay, so she posted this shirt and a caption with it on Twitter that said something like, is it cool for me to wear this to the festival tomorrow? I don't know if she was talking about Rolling Loud because apparently she's affiliated with that or hosted it or some shit like that, right? But that was where I first heard about the girl, and, she was dragged for it, and I guess, white tears ever since. So this clip from an interview that I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be about comes out. I mean, I really don't know what the purpose of it is.
Anybody else? On
Nobody,
stage.
I don't
No
know
clue.
what it is. One of the niggas who's like sitting directly next to her in some blue shit, I recognize his face, but I don't know what I know him from at the moment. Don't know who the rest of them are. But there are two black men, Yes Jules and some other white dude sitting together. Now, funny enough, the first clip that I saw from this wasn't even in relation to her. It was actually the dude who I don't recognize. I think he's a rapper. The other nigga, I don't know if it's Murder Move. I don't know who he is, but he said something about, white people in the hood saying nigga all the time and him not giving a fuck about it is a murder move. Not giving a fuck basically about white people saying it and et cetera, et cetera. So I first saw a reaction from niggas on Twitter to that. I didn't even know who the rest of the people were in the clip at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then I find out that the girl in the clip is in fact Yes Jules, and she's talking about this whole incident about, the t-shirt and people's reaction to that and tear, right? So then she brings up Scotty Beam and Karen Civil and says that basically like they ran with this narrative that she's racist and a culture vulture and came up with all of these reasons as to why they like basically hate on her for no reason, and she's not trying to do what they're trying to do, so she doesn't even understand why it's a problem, blah blah blah. So I don't even care too much about what she's saying because again, don't know who she is or what she does, don't care. I know that she said something about people, hate her because she hosts Rolling Loud and she's a white girl and they feel like she shouldn't, I guess, because of that. But she, in that moment, she also said something about like, I'm a Miami girl. It's a Miami festival. I've been doing parties in Miami for the past 5 years. I was like, okay, that makes sense because I've been living up here away from Miami for the past like 6 years. I don't know who the fuck you are. I guarantee you are another one of these motherfuckers out in Miami who promote parties. You knew the right niggas or suck the right niggas' dicks to host those parties. And I'm not, maybe you did not, but I just living there for the majority of my life, I know how it goes. Y'all go out there, you rub the right elbows, you jack the right dicks or whatever, and the next thing you know, you're hosting parties or whatever. And I'm not judging nobody. Do whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I would say if you're going to talk like this, I would like you to do it in a room with black girls in it. It doesn't even have to be Scotty Beam. It doesn't have to be Karen Civil because Karen Civil has made it clear she don't give a fuck about you. And it seems Scotty's just ready to beat your ass. So maybe not them specifically. I would challenge you to speak this spicy in a room with black girls who who you are not friends with and express yourself in this same way. Because niggas are not, a lot of these niggas anyway, niggas who know you or niggas who just don't care about this type, niggas who don't care about this type of shit are not going to hold you accountable for the things that they should. Yeah. And one point where she, like before she even named the other women and she's just talking about the shirt incident, she said, like, I posted that and like 10 minutes later, my whole shit was fucked up and I knew that it was wrong, blah, 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 blah. And the nigga Murder Mood goes, but why though? Yeah. Like genuinely seemed like confused and they had to, like she and the other white man had to break down to him why people were offended. And he's like sitting there like, oh, I don't understand. I don't get, what time was this? Not 1960? Maybe a year or two ago.
Boy,
so
he got a whiff of that white pussy. He couldn't let it go.
And this is the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, have this conversation, defend yourself, stand up for yourself, and talk this spicy in a room with some black women who are actually going to check you on your shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear you sitting next to some niggas who either know you or who are going to cape for you when you sound like a complete fucking idiot. Okay? People are not running with the narrative of you being racist. It's not wild to consider a white woman racist. A white woman who in 2017, 18, whenever it was, would post a shirt that says niggas lie a lot and ask the internet, should she wear it? Are you stupid? Like, are you honestly like a dizzy ass bitch? Are you confused? What are you losing? Again, where this isn't the Charlie Chaplin days. Like, you know what time it is. You know who you are. You're aware of the fact that you're white. You're probably so comfortable around niggas that you know who maybe are okay with you saying the word nigga or are okay with the white people they friends with saying the word nigga, and you got a little comfortable. But you fully knew that shit was stupid before you fucking tweeted it. So somebody calling you racist is not running with the narrative, okay? I know white people in hip-hop alone, male and female, who would not have been so stupid as to post that shit, who I have heard with my own ears say shit that would be deemed racist. Me, myself, in the city of Miami and outside of it. So it's not crazy for somebody to come to the conclusion that you might be racist if you would do something so goddamn stupid. The culture vulture statement, again, I don't know why you think, like, as far as I'm concerned, white people should always be in the passenger seat as far as hip hop is concerned. Absolutely. Black people deserve to have an area, an art, a culture that is ours, that is led by us, especially the ones that we create. You've stolen so many, in music alone, so many other genres from it and run with it today and have people thinking that like still don't understand that black people created those things. Hip hop, apologies for people trying to preserve it in certain ways. But girl, much like a car, so you can come in the car, you can ride with us, don't touch my AC, don't touch my radio, don't touch my windows, this is my car, respect it. But you're welcome to ride along and have your little seat in the car too. I don't understand what's so confusing about that. But you running and telling, oh, I'm from Miami, I've been doing parties in Miami for 5 years, so I'm just, I've been doing etc. That don't mean nothing to anybody. You're still a white bitch who is posting a shirt with niggas on it, asking, can you wear that to a festival? The fuck, girl? Did your mama introduce you to Rakim? Like, what's your story? Because again, I don't know who you are, and really, I don't give a fuck if your mama was best friends with LL Cool J, bitch, and you got baby pictures with that nigga, you know what I'm saying, feeding you out a bottle. I don't give a fuck. You're still a Caucasian person. You need to respect the fact of the fucking matter here. Stop trying to make excuses for you and then sit alongside some niggas that you know is gonna bark everything that you want to fucking hear or stuff that's gonna support you. I just challenge you, yes, Jules, again, whoever you are, whatever it is that you claim that you do, to defend yourself in a room with people who are going to actually challenge you. You need you a Gayle King.
Yes. Send a room full of people who aren't attracted to you.
You know what I'm saying?
And see how the conversation changes.
I don't want you to do it, Crystal.
I don't see why not. I don't even know her. I can be objective.
Because I don't.
I would love to fight.
I don't want to get mad.
Let's just fight. She ain't gonna out-argue me. She ain't gonna out-logic me. So come on, bitch. Come on. Because 5 years ain't shit. When I saw that on the tape, she was like, I've been doing this for 5 years. I wanted to say, bitch, 5 years is nothing. 5 years in a career is just getting out of entry level. It means nothing to me. So the fact that you've been doing this for 5 years and apparently you done made friendly with enough dicks to get to the point where you hosting Rolling Loud, to me only reinforces what everybody else was saying about you, that you're a white girl with minimal amount of talent, mediocre overall, and yet your whiteness has placed you in a position of desirability to where people want to uplift you and put you in these positions that you do not necessarily deserve or have earned.
You cannot even be a part of the culture without showing your ignorant ass. So pardon people for calling you a vulture, racist, or any of these other titles that quite frankly just fit. You know what I'm saying? But if you are going to try and defend yourself from those things, at least do it alongside people that are not making you look even stupider than you already seem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you very clearly need to sit down with somebody who was going to speak facts to you and show you where you fucked up at.
Yeah.
You're not getting adequate help.
Yeah.
Stop talking about, I'm not interested in having lunch at Louis Vuitton. I don't need to have a radio show every fucking day. Girl, if Louis Vuitton invited your ass to lunch, or if one of these motherfuckers asked you to do a radio show every day, you would be hopping right on top of it. They don't, because we don't give a fuck about you. We don't know who you are. And your dumb white ass had the nerve to ask if you could wear a nigga's shirt. So don't be blaming no black girls for being mad at you for no fuck ass reason. You did something stupid and racist and you got dragged accordingly.
Well,
next.
I really don't see why you decided to bring up Karen or Scotty Beam. I really don't understand why that needs to happen. I don't want to host parties at Louis Vuitton. Like, bitch, why is what somebody, you said you don't want to do what everybody else is doing, so why even bring their name? Like, of all, like, everybody's calling you racist. It's not Karen Civil and Scotty Beam leading the charge against, yes, Jules. That's not happening here. It's every fucking body. Like, you just pulled two black women's names out your ass.
I don't even know anything that either one of them ever said about her. All of the dragging that I know is just a general consensus.
Every time niggas start talking about yes, Jules, I'm like, God, which white woman is this? What does she do? Like, I have so many fucking questions.
You could have gave me extra guac and I wouldn't know it was your girl.
Right, like, no, dead ass. You could be the bitch at Chipotle telling everybody it's $2.49 for guac, and I would not know
no clue
who you are. So I just felt like that was utterly unnecessary.
I'm a Miami girl. You better fix your lips to say where the fuck you actually from, sis. I'm tired of y'all coming out here and staying out on the beach or wherever the fuck for a couple of little years, and all of a sudden you're a Miami girl. Stop lying.
I'm a Miami girl. Don't say it like you some Miami hood rat who grew up fighting and ain't about to take no disrespect, and you done put 20 years in the game and all. Bitch, you just got here.
It's just like Veronica Vega ass crying because people say that she racist because she said that she could say nigga because she from Hialeah. It's like, are y'all confused? You like what? You need help. You clearly need for somebody to like guide you in the direction where things are actually happening. And these niggas that you're surrounding yourself with clearly are not the ones to do it, sis.
Right.
So if you're going to be giving such a loud outcry, at least do it in the right places. Last but not least, don't no more you white people climb your motherfucking asses over no more animal barriers or any of these goddamn wildlife preserves or zoos. That goddamn jaguar was minding her own fucking business, and here you come trying to get a whole bunch of likes on Instagram. That's why your ass got tasted.
That was hilarious.
Like, what are you?
You lucky to be alive, bitch.
I'm so glad Bagheera said, "Here, you dumb motherfucker. Now I gotta whip your ass." Like,
it must be done.
as soon as I heard about it, I instantly was like, well, is the jaguar okay? I need to just make sure, because y'all...
Did anybody comfort her?
We went through this with Harambe. Like, I'm not...
And that was a small child.
That was, right. That was an incredibly different situation.
You're a grown woman.
You know what I'm saying? That was a small child.
That was a toddler.
And that was an animal that was hemming onto that child. Like, well, you just can't have him back.
Right.
But here was this cat minding her own fucking business, and here your grown ass go acting like you've never been to a zoo, don't know how animals work,
never read words.
Like,
you don't see the big ass sign saying to keep your ass out because these are wild fucking animals, bitch, and they'll tear your ass apart.
Where?
Stupid bitch. You know, she did an interview afterwards talking about it was my fault for going over the barrier, but I just feel like it shouldn't be that easy. Like, she was like, I still feel like they should change some things. Bitch, keep your big dumb ass out of the fucking exhibits.
It's just that simple.
I don't give a fuck
It is
about
just
your...
that easy.
I know that you did this for likes. And that's why I don't care.
Well, you know, if it would have been a little bit harder for me to get over the fence, then maybe
have done it.
It would have never happened.
But if it was easy to get over the fence, a lot more people would be getting tagged by these fucking jaguars. So then it brings us back to you're the dummy bitch in this situation for not keeping your ass on this side of the goddamn gate.
I just love that the zoo was like, so look, not the animal's fault that bitches are dumb. So, like,
we're not
killing our cat.
No.
She's great, having the time of her life, but prayers up to her and her family or whatever, I guess. I lived. They forwarded that tweet to me and I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
And I went right back to playing my video game or whatever I was doing.
If you've been eating McDonald's every day of your life and then all of a sudden somebody slide a fat ass filet mignon right in front of your face,
what are
you not
gonna
supposed
do?
to take a bite?
What are you going to do?
Are you not supposed to? This was fresh, still bleeding, heart beating meat. That jaguar deserved. That bitch is just lucky she got out. And that's all I had for her.
Right.
You're lucky you're
you
not
are
dead.
just lucky that you are here.
And that's it. That's all I got, bitch. Keep your
Because I mean,
ass
I don't
away.
know how you know those large cats work, but I know a lot of them animals that go straight for the jug.
Yeah.
Just
And I saw
and that's it.
the fact that she was sliced open, you could see all her
Yeah, you could
arm
see
fat and
all
everything. I
that
was like,
shit.
yo, sis.
She was
about
not
to be
playing with that
curtains for
bitch. Like,
Ain't nothing nice or friendly about jaguars. Them
When?
niggas look mean. They look mean.
yes.
They look like they'll kill you. What did you think was
Here, minding my own business,
Girl.
and you broke into my house.
my house?
Now I gotta fuck you up.
If a white woman was in your house, how would you react?
What the fuck would you do? That jaguar can just come into your motherfucking property and just be like,
You would shoot
oh,
a jaguar
bitch, you ready for
coming in
Game of
your
Thrones?
house.
Come back, bitch. Turn it on. Like,
What's
fuck wrong
your
with
feelings
y'all?
about Sansa? No, you can't just come walk in my fucking house, Jaguar. This my house.
So,
It's the same way. They already in captivity.
hello.
Give that nigga a fucking break.
Leave her alone,
Woo,
bitch.
Mess.
So yes, I just had to get that off my chest as well. I don't know what the fuck wrong with y'all. Some of y'all like, bitch, minding her own business and hear this bitch go.
And I was so glad that the zoo said they was leaving that jaguar alone.
Me
She
too.
Deserved that bullshit.
I legit don't know how I would have reacted if they would have used.
They probably consoled her like, I know you thought you was gonna get you some fresh ass meat. I'm so sorry. We couldn't just let you devour her. It would have traumatized some people. I know you wanted to though.
We're gonna put a little Laris on the zebra tonight.
To be frank, you deserved, but we couldn't let you. I'm so sorry.
I know they did probably work her through that pain too. I know the little taste she got was probably so good.
Y'all need to go get her something fresh from the jungle
Yeah.
to make up for it. She don't deserve this.
I feel bad for her.
I deserve a gazelle, and I demand a gazelle. Oh, okay.
But that's it. Yeah, I'm finished.
All right. Well, let's move on to white drama. Ew, ew.
Whatever happened to predictability?
The milkman, the paperboy, paying for the SATs. So, if y'all don't know,
Woo!
50, I'm pretty sure they're all white, 50 members of the elite.
I feel like if one of them wasn't, we'd heard about it by now. Maybe.
Yeah. 50 people were arrested, accused. Well, I don't know if they were arrested. Indicted, I think is the word. They probably all came and turned themselves in.
A lot of them did.
But they all paid this man, I think his name is William... Is it Shapley? William something.
I have it here in front of me
I forgot. But this man,
William Rick Singer.
William Singer. There you go. William Singer ran a scam.
A big one.
And probably wouldn't have got caught, if it wasn't for them meddling kids. But what he basically did was sold spots into elite institutions, colleges, and universities to children who, quite frankly, did not earn them
at all.
These are kids who are the sons and daughters of millionaires, CEOs, actors. You may know Aunt Becky from Fresh Prince, old girl from Desperate Housewives. Oh, yeah. My bad. Full House.
That's what Felicity Huffman was on.
Yeah, she was on Desperate Housewives. And something else that I can't think of. But Aunt Becky is married to the nigga who created Massimo. I didn't even know. I guess I just didn't even know she was married.
I didn't know that until
I was like, Aunt Becky got all this money to pay for her kids to go to school, but then I realized she married somebody who had like a long career and like a lot of money.
And the daughter very clearly don't give a fuck about school.
One of them looks like the daddy, the other one looks like the mama. The one who looks like her mama is Olivia Jade. She's like a YouTube influencer.
That's the one that don't give a fuck about school.
Yeah, all that. She got on camera, on tape,
and admitted
y'all know I'm here for football and partying. Girl, same. The difference is my mama didn't spend $500,000 for me to get into USC. So these schools, I don't think there are any Ivy. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yale, Stanford, Georgetown. I think University of Texas. There's quite a few. And the way they did it, so they had to be sneaky about it, of course, because most university officials are not going to put their careers and, reputations on the line so that your below average student can come. There's so much here. There's so many layers here. But where I think I really want to go is first to the lengths that these people went to not only defraud institutions, but to defraud their own children.
It is insane, bro.
It is. One family spent $6.5 million to get their child into the school they wanted them to go to. That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's nuts.
$6.5 million, you could have launched several businesses.
Like, my nigga.
Like, just don't. All this for a degree, like, it's really wild what people will do for clout. And I feel like we judge niggas a lot for doing stupid shit. Like, you get your tax refunds and spend it on Jordans and a chain or whatever. But white folks are out here spending millions to get their kids into a fucking school that them kids don't even want to go to. One of these women told her son that he was taking a makeup SAT at a different location. Meanwhile, at the real SAT, the person she hired to take the test is pretending to be him.
Yep.
Most of the kids involved in this story did not know that their parents went to all this trouble to get them in. They probably just thought,
fucked.
I'm rich and white. Of course I got into this school.
Now your mammy about to go to prison.
That's another thing. A lot of these schools already favor children of alumni. Legacy admissions are a thing. The people who have generational wealth have gone to these Ivy League and other elite schools for a very long time, and it's like already easier for you to get in. It's already easier for you to get in.
I mean, let's just stand in that.
Then you add in the layer of you grew up rich.
Yep.
Meaning at all points throughout your life, you had everything you needed in order to succeed academically, socially, recreationally, whatever the fuck you wanted to do. At any point, tutors could have been hired for your dumb ass, private school, private lessons, anything could have been done to help you get to a point where your ACT score is higher than a 22, which...
My word.
Girl. Like, anything. Your parents had every resource to pour into you to help you be better, test better, have better grades, be smarter, and you simply aren't. So I don't know if that's a lack of really giving a fuck on your part. I don't know if they didn't really care either because, you know, it was just all about the name and not really about the work.
I say the easy way out is the American way.
So truly, they're just sticking to what we all know as a country. Honestly. Like, it's just fucking scam.
This wasn't
now.
that heavy of a gag if you think about it.
So yeah, Mr. Singer claimed to have helped, I think, over 700 families pay their way into different schools. Several of the accused have already posted bond. Aunt Becky had to post $1 million bond, as did her husband.
I heard they went up to Felicity's house with guns.
Oh, yeah. I heard they ran up on Felicity like they ran up on Roger Stone. I'm like, well, goddamn. Go off then. And her bond was only $250,000, but I think it's because Lori Loughlin, that's her name, Aunt Becky, she and her husband paid for 2 kids to get into USC.
Yeah, they did.
2 kids who did not deserve. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Any one of these regular-ass students could have taken their ass right on down to Rancho Valley Community College, any number of state schools. Really, they don't even have to be in-state schools. These kids could have probably very easily gotten accepted to state schools in other states. You could have gone so many places. However, you don't have an elite GPA. You don't have an elite course load. You don't have an elite ACT or SAT score. You don't have elite extracurricular activities. There's literally nothing about you that is exceptional.
You don't have the desire to go to school.
Therefore, and you don't even want to go. That's evident based off your grades. But all of these things together tell me that where you don't need to be is a school for people who are elite. Now, I don't really buy into the whole elite institution thing. I think most studies will tell you that a degree is a degree, and it really depends on what you major in. And then, you know, if you go to grad school and all that, as far as your income is going to be determined. But this was about parents wanting to be able to brag on their kids, wanting to be able to say, my baby went to Yale, my child went to Georgetown, this, blah, blah, blah. Bragging on kids who did not earn their way there. Meanwhile, what y'all are doing is turning around and blaming black and brown children who get into school for taking your spot. Remember that white bitch in Texas?
That's the first thing I thought of.
Remember how she sued the University of Texas, talking about they let in people who didn't deserve? University of Texas is one of these schools where somebody paid their way in. UT is a state school, and yet somebody considered it elite enough to pay their child's way in, and people like that young redheaded dumbass are still going around blaming folks that look like us for taking spots when we have to actually work to get into school.
I don't think
you understand. And this is not even just like a people of color thing. Everybody who ain't rich has to work to get into school. We have to study, bitch. We have to actually go do ultracurricular activities. Our parents don't have the money to buy ski equipment and row equipment and Photoshop our faces onto real athletes so that we can lie like we getting a fucking tennis scholarship or whatever the hell else.
Bro.
It was ridiculous.
It's crazy.
One of the girls was in on it. Most of the students weren't, but one of them was. And I think she still is at Georgetown and may get kicked out of Georgetown.
I hope so.
And I think CNN is saying now that I think a couple of the USC kids might get kicked out. I mean, it's just such an embarrassment for the institutions. I don't see why they wouldn't. They just lied, you know, through bribing the athletic director, bribing whichever coach to let this person pretend like they were a walk-on or whatever. And they'd be like, oh, it didn't work out. But at that point, you got your spot at school, so I mean, we're not going to kick you out because you're not on the team. So, you know, you here now, and that's all that really fucking matters.
Right.
Fox News last year got so mad, went on a whole tirade, if you'll remember with me. We were constantly, it was like every week, getting news of black children who fucking changed the world. Got accepted to 98 schools. He's received $7.3 trillion in scholarship offers. And they sat they raggedy, bitter bitch asses up on Fox News and made it seem like we were being ridiculous for celebrating our kids who have not just graduated from high school, but have achieved something that not even the top of the white folks can do. They really sat up there and acted like it was something wrong with us for celebrating all these kids who have succeeded despite all the odds, despite everything stacked against them, when in real life, kids who have had absolutely the fuck nothing stacked against them have skated their way into these spots based off the fact that their parents have money. And that is it. And you know who that's taking spots away from? Your regular white ass who busted your ass to get into school. People who worked hard, not even just necessarily black kids or brown kids or Asian kids or whatever the hell else. People who fucking worked for it. Bitch, you didn't. Your mama wrote a check. Your people made charitable donations to the college and that got funneled through different ways so that it didn't seem like what it blatantly was, which was them paying your way into this fucking school. So I just want to say, I'm not even mad necessarily I'm not even really mad that they did it. I'm not, because I don't expect Americans to do the right thing when faced with opportunity to do what they want to do.
Right.
I'm truly not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at the system that exists to where loopholes like this are real. And it just reinforces the idea, the fact, the reality of two Americas. It's two Americas when it comes to college admission. It's two Americas in the justice system.
Yep.
It's two Americas in all of our workplaces. It's two Americas just going out on daily life.
Yep.
It's two different ways that you're going to be treated based off whether you fall into the dominant or the privileged class in whatever conversation we're having. Absolutely. And when you are rich and white and cisgender and able-bodied and heterosexual and every fucking thing else, you have nothing going against you ever. So when you run into a small roadblock like my child got an 18 on the ACT, how am I going to get her into Yale? All you got to do is find a couple $1 million and that problem goes away. It's like, I have a real problem with the fact that our society is set up to work like that. And the fact that y'all want to act like it's not. And yet we all know this happens. Anybody who has set foot on a college campus knows that there is that one kid or maybe several that is constantly saying something that's not just stupid. It's like, girl, did you, we all came from high school. Did you? Like, I feel like we all had to go to high school first. Yeah. I'm not sure that you did. And you like, I have a sneaking suspicion that your mama and daddy went here, your grandparents went here, something in the Oval is named after your auntie or something. Some cash had to change hands for you to end up on this campus with me. Because something about this don't seem right otherwise.
I mean, it's all over the place.
I want white racists to remember this the next time they accuse a black girl of stealing all the scholarship offers as if she can actually claim all of them. And
right.
Like, you know, these are
none of your kids go.
You know, these are specific to the institution, meaning I may have $6 million in scholarship offers. However, I will not receive $6 million because I can only go to one school. Yep. That's how that works, girl. It's not some come up. It's not some payout. There are real kids out here who are busting they asses for the scores that they have, working extra hard, working harder than your rich ass privileged children could honestly ever even hope to work.
Even think about.
Helping to pay bills at home, helping they parents with schoolwork or college applications or whatever the fuck else, watching,
figuring out how to
younger siblings
get themselves to go to get to school every day because maybe their parent can't afford them to get, travel to go to the school that they're trying to go to. Like, there are just so many kids who have to, like the normal for them is going twice the extra mile for them to be in these similar situations. And like you were saying, it reminded me of this girl the other day, Kayla Willis, who got accepted 30 different schools, and they had these students' photos and like I guess there were little papers or little, I don't know what they were, underneath everyone's photos that represent the different schools that they got.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And when I first saw that girl's photo, because she's sitting next to all these other students, many of them have one underneath their photo or a couple, and she's got 30. And she was I saw the tweet initially said something along the lines of I wasn't going to post this, whatever, but people tell me that it's a big accomplishment and I should be proud of it or whatever. And next thing you know, she's on Because of Them We Can, and she's all over the place and all this other stuff. It's like, that girl bust her motherfucking ass to you know what I'm saying, to be in that position.
Yeah.
And might feel like awkward to even share the news while Aunt Becky out here and the rest of these white folk just paying for their dumbass kids to get into these schools. And they be the same ones that go in, end up in, you know, this firm or working for that person or whatever, have control over all this other stuff that's going on in the world. And you dumb as rice. And you didn't even deserve the fucking degree that you did have. But white privilege. I said, honey, when I saw this story at first, I said, child, white people, this is the time for you to be God-fearing. Because, girl, a whole bunch of your old scams, they're coming out to light, bitches. The girls they're having to stand in shit that's been going on forever. This type of shit ain't nothing new. This is one man's organization or whatever, or network.
This is happening probably at every school. Probably at every school that is even a little bit notable.
Absolutely.
Because I wish I could get my hopes up, but I have a feeling 0% of y'all are going to see any prison time. I know that these charges, it depends. Some of the people are facing like up to 5 years for the shit that they've done. But I already know y'all going to pay a fine and completely avoid jail. And you will go right on about your rich ass lives. You may be a little bit embarrassed. Oh, social circle might be talking about you, whispering behind your back. But you are not really going to suffer for this.
Real Housewives problems.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very Real much next season of Beverly Hills. Nobody cares.
Meanwhile, the rest of us have real issues. While y'all have $500,000 to spend on two dumbass girls who don't even want to fucking go to college and who are probably only going to go to college to find a husband any fucking way. There are people out here who could use that $500,000. Several students who could use that $500,000 to just get through school.
Yep.
We would just like to go to school.
And finish and be able to afford it. And
meanwhile, you have so much money that you can waste it on these girls getting into a school just so you can say they went to that school. Girl,
they can literally not go to school as they would like for things to be anyway, and they will still come out on the other side of things completely fine.
Yeah.
Because y'all are rich, you have access to everything, and you gonna make sure that these spoiled ass motherfuckers have everything that they could ever want. So like,
and your spoiled ass racist ass kids get on campus and say dumb shit to the one black girl in class, like, so how'd you get in? So, like, affirmative actions, like that's a thing, huh?
Studied and did my homework. How about you, sis?
Oh, yeah. Affirmative. I worked my ass off. And yes, I took that action to get my ass into school. And you? Oh, your mama wrote a check? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you just skated your ass right on in here, and you gonna act like I took somebody's spot.
College students who was dealing with that for one or several white bitches on campus, and then all of a sudden you find out that their mama is on trial or their daddy.
Oh, bitch.
Can you imagine?
I'm lighting your Instagram.
It'd be a cold day in the yard for you, bitch. Let me tell you something. As soon as I see you on campus, I'm flaming you.
The one. Olivia Jade was on a yacht in Mexico when all this happened, you guys.
Of course.
She had to cut her spring break short because all of this stuff came out and her mom and dad are like super embarrassed. You know, the yacht she was on is owned by the person who is the chair of the board at USC.
Shocker.
Isn't that just so?
She also has like
incredible.
Her Instagram page. She's always selling the fact that she's a student. Like,
oh yeah, her videos are like college makeup, college whatever, blah,
all of that
blah.
stuff.
She's very much a hashtag influencer.
Yeah.
If her mama wasn't so whack, no shade, she would be a lot bigger. But she's already got like over 1 million followers on all these different platforms.
She said that she was in Fiji the day after school started.
Yeah, because she don't give a fuck about class. What do class mean? You know what kids who have to bust their ass go to school to do? Bust their ass some more so that they can graduate and use that degree to better themselves, to hopefully make some more money.
And still struggle against your asses to get a job.
Not to mention, usually have to go back and help family and friends who didn't go to college or don't have that kind of money because of the black tax. We're broke. Our people are broke. So if you are lucky enough to make it, you usually are going to have a lower net worth than other people in a similar field of a different race because they don't have to go back and, you know, slide their mama $100,000 or what the fuck ever, you know. They don't have to take care of other people. Everybody around them has money. It's like all of this is just so fucking privileged, and yet y'all want to come after the few kids of color who make it into these quote elite spaces. Bitch, fuck you. Every last one of those black, brown, Asian, everything else kids worked hell of a lot harder than little Miss Olivia Jade could ever dream of working in order to get where they are. And the work has only just begun. Meanwhile, what's this bitch gonna do? Leave USC and go right back to making videos on YouTube and selling shit on Instagram. And being rich. Her daddy's fucking Massimo. She ain't even gotta work.
She don't even care about this.
All she gotta do is find somebody else rich and get married. Like, girl, fuck y'all.
And as we were talking about with Sierra being rich and having access, girl, her millionaire is right around the corner.
Yeah, of course.
If she already got one.
It's going to be like, oh, well, I didn't even know that this happened. Although, sis, you know you dumb. You know you ain't just get into USC. That girl who scammed her way into Georgetown, you got to read the details on that bitch because it was something the fuck else. Like,
I read about it.
Fully in on the photoshopping, pretending like you are some tennis champion when you never actually played, have never been in any tournaments or anything else.
What the fuck?
Like, it's really astounding what these hoes will do for clout. It's astounding what y'all will do in order to brag to other people who don't really care about something that don't really matter. And that's it. Fuck y'all.
Well, girls, that wraps up another episode of This Show The Read.
It sure does. Don't forget to check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. And don't forget to go check out Grasshopper. Knowing how to code is so essential in today's job market. But if you don't know where to start, Grasshopper is for you. It's the coding app for beginners, built by Google engineers and totally free. They've got fun 5-minute puzzles to help you learn. So go to grasshopper.codes/read to download and get started today. Do we have any news this week?
I don't think that we have any news this week, but yeah, thanks for listening. Oh, I also wanted to say I saw that video of Aoki Lee talking about her that student at school that was bullying her and saying the word nigga.
This.
You just see Kimura's daughter on Instagram?
No. What?
Apparently he says the word nigga all the time. He fucks with her. She said she's just trying to go to Yale, honey. She's trying to get her work done. Like, bitch, right there. But anyways, I mentioned that to say, baby girl, we pull up. Where's he at? Right. I saw your mama said that they were going down to the school. Great start, but we pull up. What's the tea? Yeah. Where is he at? We just want to talk to him.
Trolling you for the fucking fun of it. Let's just go bash his goddamn head in.
What's his at?
Yeah.
Tell us where he's at. Okay, because we pull up to the things. Other than that,
we'll be at the Roots Picnic in June.
Oh yes, that's right. We will be at the Roots Picnic in June.
At I'm guessing rootspicnic.com. Let me pull it up real quick.
Slide over to Questlove's page.
Oh yes, slide on over.
Find the adequate link. But yeah,
they've got a podcast stage this year, and we'll be there. So if you guys are coming Saturday, June 1st, we will see you there. I really want to see her and Raphael Sadiq,
yes,
Tank and the Bangas. Bitch,
really
I cannot wait. Ari Lennox. Black Thought. It's gonna be, some of these people are very like, ooh, girl, what? But some of them are great. So we'll see y'all at the Roots Picnic. Anything else? No. Okay.
Nope, nothing else.
Well, go see Captain Marvel.
Oh my God.
And everybody have a great week.
This is in theaters on March 22nd. This isn't a plug. It's just pretty fucking good. So you should go and watch it. Yeah, it's a little scary. There's blood and things, but it's a great performance, and black people deserve this kind of spotlight in the genre.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.